The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Full power, get louder. I'ma get strong, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get strong, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. No more doubt about me. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, call me lonely, yeah. Don't you know I got the key? Run this Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. The way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino. Uh-huh.
I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. I'll keep going till my till my speakers come. I'll keep going till my speakers come blow. 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 Till my speaker come. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow. I'll keep going till my speaker come blow.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. I can run this town. I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. 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 Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. I can run this town. I can run this town. No more doubt about me. I can run this town. Don't you know I got the Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like a steak.
Hello everyone, welcome to ESL Challenger League Season 51, Europe Cup number 1, taking you through all the action as we're getting very deep into this first cup. It's going to be myself and Mac, two Australians, to take you through all of the fun in Europe. How's it going, Mac?
Mate, I'm great. I'm workshopping a new name. I don't know if I should be M-Dog or B-Mog. I'm just trying to figure out which one. Yeah, because I could be Brother Mog, which also kind of works, doesn't it?
I guess so. Well, big shoes to fill, I suppose. But I'm sure you will step up in spades. But yeah, let's take a look at the bracket and see what we're working with here. Because there's only 3 teams left here in this cup. We're going to be going through the upper game today, which is between TDK and MOUZ NXT. And also Alliance is floating around, so they'll be the team that kind of faces the loser of this. You can see how both of these teams got here. TDK beating out Gen 1, who then fell to Alliance last night. And MOUZ NXT have had a pretty good run through this as well.
Yeah, it's been a chaotic bracket, of course. Look, it was that round of 64 to get us all the way to this point. And also, looks like Alliance have got that forfeit win down in the lower bracket over Ill Will. So they will be moving into the lower bracket final, and they are waiting down there for the loser of today's game. So we'll see what they end up getting. And then, of course, we've got the prize pool to have a quick look at. We're in the top 3 area now, so whoever goes down to that lower bracket will at least secure $2,250 dues. If you win that, you go into the grand final and you have a minimum $5,000. And of course, if you win, you take it all with $12K in the back pocket.
And of course, the spot season 51 Europe finals, which I think is probably what most of these teams have their eye on these days more than anything. Although obviously prize pool matters a lot with VRS these days. But yeah, let's focus in on this matchup. I'm pretty excited about it because you've kind of got this really interesting dynamic. We're on TDK. It's this squad of all of the basically bench players from like BetBoom, Amcal, all these like Insilia, like just a bunch of like tier 2 kind of teams have all come together. Axel, Sorte, Nafani, we get a bit of reunion with Axel. Groove's coaching this team. Like it's such a crazy little collection of players and a coach that aren't with an organization but are kind of being come together while they're being benched to fight. And then you got MOUZ NXT, who are all the youngsters, so it's almost a complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I absolutely love to see TDK play. Watched them the other day, and they gave me a lot of confidence that they should be doing some decent work again today here in the upper bracket final. But then, of course, we've got MOUZ NXT, who I haven't had a chance to watch lately, but I'm keen to see how they, you know, these 17, 18, 19-year-old individuals go up against the likes of these other individuals that are well more experienced, definitely. It creates a crazy dynamic between everyone in this game today. However, yeah, it is, you know, you say they come from all the different tier 2 teams, so it is kind of like a tier 2 super team of sorts, which is weird to say, but when you watch them play, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and I think actually Sugar has been maybe a player that will be under the radar for a lot of people here because like all the other names are so noted. But I think he's been really solid with this roster. He was on Insilio for some time as well as a few other teams. But they've been on a tear. They have been on a massive win streak, 5 games. They've only lost 1 series ever in their entire history since they came together literally 2 weeks ago. But I say that, they've played like some, you know, like 15 odd series. So it's a pretty impressive win rate. And funnily enough, the only team they've lost to is MOUZ NXT. They did get their revenge, so there has been 2 matchups between these squads. But yeah, that's the only team that's beat them so far, which is pretty crazy, actually, that's kind of the scenario. MOUZ NXT a little bit more up and down with their recents, but they've been in some pretty good form lately and have taken down a lot of really solid squads in the tier 2 space.
Yeah, we'll see who ends up going and getting that head-to-head later today. But again, this is MOUZ NXT's, you know, recent runs as well, doing some good work all through that Nodwin clutch. And yeah, I'm keen to see exactly what they're going to be able to bring to the table. Obviously, for myself, there's less information on MOUZ NXT than TDK from the eye test. But you know, you've sold me. How do you see this one going, honestly, if you put them head to head? Very good, very good. Thanks for that, Luce.
Oh, sorry, I was just muted. My bad. I'm like, yeah, okay. Whoops, sorry. I think with MOUZ NXT, the thing is consistency, right? Sure, they've had a few good runs here, like Nodwin Clutch, for instance. They've gotten into this upper final, but it is ups and downs. And since bringing in kind of the AOC, Nicodian, OP Dust trio, we haven't quite seen the same sort of like superstar in the making like Zelex has been. Like he's been always brilliant on this squad, but I feel like sometimes you want a little bit more out of players like AOC and OP Dust. I do think Nicodian is very good, even if he has a slightly annoying name that makes you want to say Nickelodeon. I do think he is a very solid player, but I think in the AWPing department, they might have some troubles today.
Okay. Well, we'll see how they end up going, you know, head-to-head Zelex and Axile. Both some very, very solid individual players, but yeah, let's have a look at where this game is going to be played. In terms of the vetoes, there is no nuke. What else is going to be getting out of there? Are we going to see similar to what we had in the last series? It was a bit of Ancient, bit of Overpass, bit of Anubis. Also Mirage thrown up in that other series. Looking like we are going to Overpass. We're going to Ancient. And I wouldn't be surprised if that third and final map is Mirage. There you go. Okay. So, pretty solid map pool. You know, a little bit puggy with the Ancient and the Mirage in there, but that's what you love to see, especially around the Tier 2 echelons.
Yeah, TDK are very happy with this. You know, Ancient's been their, like, one map that, until they lost to Inferno recently, it makes sense for MOUZ to be picking into that as a potential way to punish them. Overpass is just such a good map for TDK. When you think about, you know, that old Cloud9 Gambit youngsters kind of team, like Overpass was the map for them, right? So Groove, Nafany, they're going to have that familiarity with how they want to play this map. And then Axile has been really good on it as well. So it's become a bit of a home for them. They've won it every time they've played MOUZ NXT on it as well. Ancient, again, that was one of the maps they lost. But Mirage, this is a map that TDK haven't dropped yet either. And again, you talk about the pugginess. And when you've got so many good aimers here, I think it makes sense that they would like to send that as the decider. And you can understand why they float both Dust2 and Mirage as to where it can go. So I think the veto overall favors TDK across the board. And if MOUZ beat them on Overpass, they can take the series, but they're not going to beat them on Overpass.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, especially like Overpass, still always that sort of bait pick, knowing that when you pick into it, you're probably going to have to start on that T side, which may not necessarily be what you want, especially if your opponents are pretty solid on it. But as you can see, Overpass so far, no losses from TDK, even though it did get close 13-11 last time they both played on it. So we'll see if that stat is going to stay strong or if TDK are going to have a fumble today. Over on the MOUZ side of things, let's have a look. Overpass, yeah, not necessarily their strongest of maps, but they are playing a lot. You can see that they've got many more reps as a lineup, so that's definitely going to give them, you know, a bit of confidence.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams try to punish them on it because it's not been the strongest for them. And I kind of mentioned that AWP head-to-head, like Sorte has been, I think playing in this team feels a little bit more freedom. You know, it's very different to kind of the more managed rosters he's been in before. This is a team where I think he feels a little bit more comfortable, so he's been really solid. And Ayok, look, I think he can be very good. It's just consistency, and that's always the case with a lot of young players, right? As you're kind of being brought into a team, often for the first time or you know, first serious organization, and you're learning proper Counter-Strike. It's a big adaptation, and I think that's where a team like TDK, who have so much experience, even if it's not as a collective five, it's the sort of different segments of them together and that synergy and just pure experience as individuals. Just, I think that will outclass MOUZ NXT in most cases. Ancient's definitely going to have to be a must-win. But look, I'd love to eat my words. I'd love to see them show up on Overpass because I do think this MOUZ NXT roster is, you know, showing some good results lately. We saw it not win clutch. The fact they're here in the upper finals, I mean, it'd be a massive boon if they could go through to the Season 51 finals.
Yeah, of course. It's just one of those things as well where, you know, you want to do as much as you can right now. You want to, especially if you like your TDK. I don't know if they're necessarily in the conversation yet to sort of make it to the major. They're, what are they sitting at? Number 78
no, they
now.
won't be. They I don't think they've got any like LAN reps or anything. So I think major is out of the question unless they can qualify to something. But
there are many lands on, you know, though. So we'll see. If
thing is, they don't have an organization, so they'd have to kind of self-fund any journeys they make.
Well, look, if they win here in the next couple of days, that's 12k in the back pocket. They could fund themselves.
That's true. My understanding is this is like kind of, I don't say temporary, but it's so that they can kind of keep in form, keep playing while they're literally, I think every player here is benched. So they're kind of under existing contracts, right? So maybe I think, you know, it's kind of like a advertisement in a way. Like if this team suddenly qualifies for stuff, an organization might want to come through and buy them out, right? Especially with some like really known entities. You've got a proven coach IGL combo. You can see, you know, what the selling point is here. So I kind of want them to have success, just so an organization comes in and says, okay, yeah, we can help you guys out. We can get you out of your contracts, and we can, you know, start a new project here, because there's definitely a lot of potential.
Yeah, I'm keen to see what they can potentially do. And look, hopefully they don't get stuck in contract jail, because that's always a shame, especially with players that are this skilled. But of course, Luce, I have had word that the game is not quite ready yet. We're just going to get that one sorted, but we will be back very shortly with Overpass to kick off the series.
All right, well, that sounds like we're going to be getting back into things in a moment, Mac. All you have to do is throw it to a break, and then suddenly the game is ready. That's how it works here, and now we can finally get into the action. Our upper bracket game between TDK and MOUZ NXT, looking to fight for that grand final. And it's going to be MOUZ NXT starting on the CT side against TDK, who have been unstoppable on Overpass.
Yeah, especially with how many series they've had, it's always good to have that potential of a day off. But this round is going to be off for AOC, as it's all the way back to site that they have to worry about. Fortunately for MOUZ, they are playing quite passive, so it's those fast rotations in, plenty of util for TDK to scale up along with these smokes, and there should be space to plan.
Yeah, there's a lot of rotations up though, and it means you kind of have to fight in towards CT here. Joey trying to take that contact in. Back of the flashbang. Oh, you'll actually find two heads. Exceptional work. Opie just chimes in, and Zorte Nafany can't get a thing going. Finally, Nafany does find a frag, and okay, he's been offering up another. Starting to cook now. They're going to swing in tandem, and yeah, no chance. Needed the instant headshot. So despite that quick opening frag, MOUZ NXT rotate up quickly and make it so it's impossible for TDK to get in.
I don't know if it was Joey or Zelix, but whoever swung at the back then pulled their knife out, which, you know, in hindsight, probably wasn't the smartest idea. Maybe it was after the kill came through. That was the instant reaction, but it looked like he was just swinging with his knife out. Either way, is what it is, and they take the round regardless. MOUZ NXT happily just smoking off Monster and moving into what should be one of the easiest rounds of this game. Couple of Glocks. Nafany just with that deagle to potentially get some damage done. And find some space with the cheeky push through the smoke there towards 8.
Yeah, it's a classic draw it out kind of round.
Just bait out as much utility as possible. MOUZ confident, just holding towards Monster with 2. And TDK just slowly but surely letting Nafany look around with the deagle. If he can get a 1D onto one of these individuals on A, then maybe they could cause some kind of chaos. But yeah, AOC in a very solid position to swing off of Joey's contact, wherever that may be. And with the smoke at sandwich, Nafany should be spotted on the jump peak if Zelix continues. It's getting awkward. You can see that TDK, they are trying to put themselves in the right position to get as much damage potential. but they're just offering up absolutely nothing.
Such a tease. Finally, contact goes through. There's only 2 M4s in this round. It'd be really annoying if they got like all the kills, but AOC, okay, there we go. That's what he was looking for. Finally finds some frags. The M4s do actually get a whole chunk, but if he can get this third, that'd be nice. Well, someone else is going to get it anyway. Nowhere to go, Sugar. No casualties at all. Happy as you like for MOUZ NXT. They did invest those 3 MP9s in, which kind of puts you into a weird position going into the first gun round. Okay, so that's going to be the answer. AOC just gets rid of his MP9. Because, yeah, you're like... Normally you go 3 rifles, just so you kind of feel that you've still got a decent head-to-head versus 5 AKs. But... Oh, he sold it. So they're going to get... Okay, so he's going to have to get aggressive or something. They're going to have to make some sort of... Maybe short take. Bit of a crunch through con. Go to something with these MP9s.
Yeah, con seems to be the place they're putting them. Door gets broken off. That makes it easy for them to fight in with potentially 4 individuals. Break and flash over towards that short pipe. It's easy for the MP9s to get right up in the face of TDK. No short control allowed, but over on the other side of the map, you've got Nafany just taking a large amount of space. Bomb still has a long way to go if Zorte wants to rotate it across. But with at least the space, maybe they can catch MOUZ here in transition.
Oh, Nafany really needs something big. AOC is low, so we'll be able to get that kill freely, but you imagine the trade will come pretty fast. AOC might even hit the insta-header. No, not going to be, but Joey doesn't wide swing. Actually, he kind of reveals himself, but there comes the headshot. So Nafany, even though he had a good forward position... Don't know if it's going to amount into the round. The bomb still needs to get here too. And OP Dust, he's actually maybe going to get caught himself. Sorte, backstand, and he has the information. They sort of just ran at the problem here and completely lost in the source. Sugar finds 3. MOUZ NXT were in such a good position. And they kind of don't anticipate that player, where that extra player was.
Yeah, things got real weird, real wacky. But that was good communication. Just to realize where that final player was. And OP Dust just doing God's work. Although, not OP Dust, sorry, Sugar. Definitely, head on the swivel there, stuck at default, but then hitting everything that he needed to. And look, you highlighted him at the start of the game as well. And I highlighted him the other day for another different reason as well. Man's from Azerbaijan. There is not too many pros or semi-pros that hail from there. So it's good to see, a new name, a new region sort of throwing their hat into the mix. At this level of gameplay, anyway. I can't think of any other individuals that hail from there that I've seen in the last, 10 years or so.
Yeah. I'm sure there's 1 or 2, but you're right. I don't think it's certainly not a common region. Considering you got actually quite a few players from like adjacent regions, right? Like there's a lot of Kazakhstan players, very, very common. You see it through from Kyrgyzstan occasionally.
Yeah.
Amiga has a Kyrgyzstani player. In the women's scene, we had Jamie, who was from Kyrgyzstan.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, tech resolve. First gun round goes to TDK. Really didn't feel like it was going to with the way it started, but as NXT did have a lot of SMGs invested into that, so it's not so bad for them to lose those. The AWP can now be purchased up. That was teased the round before. Some concessions with the buy, but with aggression coming out from Nakodi, and he wants that fight, he gets it, but not the outcome he hoped for. In the spam, oh, actually, that really doesn't favor Xanta too much, even if he brings Joey low.
Flash forward. OP Dust goes off the back of it instead, but it's a nice timing on the monster block. We're going to have an off-angle boost from the top of sight. Zorte not ready. And that is a free equalizer. Joey even going to fake out the rotation back to A, which I believe the NKT individuals should have heard. However, they're still going to start to put their nose towards the bathrooms. Just regrouping, shuffling the util across. And this is going to be the path of least resistance. If they do send it this direction, AOC will be in hot water.
Yeah, I mentioned he's definitely the player you want to have step up for MOUZ NXT here. And well, he'll be calling in all of this contact. Ready for the first, and oh, actually misses the mark. He's down to a low HP, allowed to continue scaling forward. Bomb to Molly, and oh, get planted. A really tricky retake with no flank, but it's made it a little easier. The bomb actually denied, kills some time, and gives them the player advantage. Fast onto the side. Sugar, quicker with 2. That tastes sweet, and he keeps on going. Yeah, Sugar's form, phenomenal. Will be put down by OP Dust, but Axel steps in. Another fantastic round from Sugar.
There it is again. Just incredible impact in those cover kills. You could see what MOUZ NXT were going for. As soon as that bomb was planted the second time, they wanted to flash in, flood, and get as much space as possible just to create and disrupt as much attention. But look at that, there it is again. Sugar doing well more than enough and then getting info on the final member as well. So that's going to be that second round for TDK. And now the money not in a good way for MOUZ NXT. So they're going to go for the strength in numbers approach. No flashes for anyone. It's just going to be throwing bodies at the problem. Maybe a bit of an Astralis stack towards the top of Con. But for now, NKT just on a bit of an info gathering mission, and that's Xanta with the MAC-10, who is going to find everything he wants. However, maybe a few too many CTs to get past here. Not enough bullets in the clip, although he has something to say about that. Every bullet squeezed out perfectly to find himself the quad piece.
Fantastic. That one SMG face. That is exactly what you want from that round.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd have enough bullets. I thought he was cooked.
Always a couple extra to squeeze out.
Let's see what changes here. MOUZ NXT going to find themselves with guns back in hand. Flash towards Con. Xanta going for the bonus round with the MAC-10. Just trying to stay mobile, get as much space there in Con as possible, but the Molly has done that for him. And MOUZ NXT just playing it passively. Repositioning, going into a bit of a long setup instead. And the boys down towards B, you can see Joey, he has copped some damage through the wall or from a nade stack. So he is definitely worse for wear. What's he got?
Nade stack? Oh, this actually could be right in the money. Yeah, lovely. Codian takes almost, well, exactly 2/3 of his HP. So 2 players really weathered early. A lot of space for TDK. They can really pick and choose where they want to finish, but I think with that bomb still a monster, it's pretty clear the destination. It's actually slipped in towards heaven, so they will have a few bodies to deal with.
You can see Zelex in the meanwhile, just going to search for info over towards A. So MOUZ NXT definitely aware that there could be a pop just around the back of this monster smoke. A few more seconds. And they've still held onto this utility. Incendiary as well, just to filter them all through monster. Solid setup from both Toxic, from the pillar. And, oh, there's just way too many crosshairs on this position. Nafany, lucky to be alive, and he just needs to get this planted, but there's no time to do so. Spray through, and that'll be that. Zorte, tail between his legs to try and save the AWP here. But that was just well read. Beautiful round out of MOUZ NXT.
Yeah, easily handled that. Just didn't feel enough pressure over towards A, that they didn't need to have 2 players there. Aox there, the flank comes fast as well. So
that was it. They just
lagging or the feed there.
Yeah, it was a beautifully managed round, I'd say. Zelex with the info, and then they held on to the smokes and mollies just long enough that it made it so difficult, so difficult for TDK to get on site. You could see there was 6 seconds on the clock. Nafany was frantically trying to get that bomb planted, but couldn't even get to site. So I think that is the issue that Ted and I noticed the other day when we were watching them, is that they certainly can squeeze out the time a little bit too much. It's something that Nafany has loved for a very long time. And MOUZ and NXT are doing the right things just to punish him for that.
First time we've seen MOUZ trying to get hyper-aggressive and A as well. So I'll quickly send a message to them to maybe take it a bit easy. Oh, Aok, do you want to go around this corner? Let me tell you, you do not. There's one man you don't want to face right now. It probably is Sugar. Joey is going to try and chase him down, and he might have a good timing on this as he walks through this smoke. Sugar looks away, and that's a necessary play. But now OP Dust alone over on B. Flashbang avoided. Second, not so, but straight past goes Axile. Nicodian, he arrives in time, removes one. Nafany comes out into the 2-on-2, but he's so low. And Sentry going to delay that bomb plant as well. They're forced back in towards CT. I think he actually want to step forward into this. It feels like he wants to. The boost up, he spotted it. Oh, he has the read and he'll swing, but Nicodian's holding for it. Zorte hasn't been called upon, but now needs to come in clutch. First kill comes quick. Where's the second? Over the top. He has an opportunity on this. Joey reveals himself and just about gets his feet on the floor. That was dicey for MOUZ NXT, but Joey, a critical frag on A, and then the final to close.
Yeah, you could see exactly what Nafany wanted to go for there, but unfortunately it was a little too low. Got mopped up. And MOUZ NXT were ready for the aggression. Maybe in hindsight, you just want to play it slow. You've got info on both those CTs. You can just tell Zorte to play that timeout a little longer, maybe squeeze a few more seconds out. Potentially set yourself into a crossfire, but again, you know, NKT just trying to stay proactive. Unfortunately, this time, Nafany just didn't quite make the right choice. And that's going to be MOUZ taking the lead, 4-3. But again, look, it is T-side on Overpass for NKT. And I think like 3 or 4, almost enough at that point to give yourself some kind of confidence in that second half. So every round from here is looking pretty damn sweet. I'd love to figure out just how much damage NKT are going to get this half, specifically from HEs. Because they seem to be pretty resilient with it. Missed chance for the opening from NKT, trying to boost up and pick off the pillar player, but MOUZ NXT were very much ready for it. And again, down towards the minute mark. We'll see if NKT go a little earlier out towards the B side.
Nafany's looking for it. Salt's about to split. There comes a flashbang. OP does fully blind. Beautiful from Nafany. Smoke gets dropped to slow them down, and Nicodian can't quite find that extra bullet to connect. But at least Joey's here. Naxal was brought down low from that spray. They don't need to commit into this necessarily. Zorte is going to leave, and you can see on the minimap, Sugar is trying to take space, but all he has is the Desert Eagle. And I don't know if he's going to get to A in time. You can see Zelix is already starting to make moves up. He's also concerned that maybe someone's in the back lines. This pause has gotten everyone moving around the map. As NXT rotate that second player up. Maybe TDK have taken just slightly too long. Smoke will go over. Axile maybe actually can cover this off. Alex looks to move forward, and Sugar, oh, he'll get caught by the AWP, not the rifle. Up comes Axile, gets one, bomb being planted, and Zorte overwhelmed. So, nice try to try and find the reroute back, but undone by the rotation.
Yeah, nice try to try to almost get that one back in, but again, just couldn't quite whip the AWP back in hand in time. And we'll see if that's going to potentially change things down. Well, let's have a look here. Lovely openings, lovely choices. But unfortunately, MOUZ NXT just doing a little bit too much for NKT to deal with this time. When Axel got that pick, I thought it was him jumping over the dice, but hey, we'll see. We'll see if they're going to be able to turn this one around. Bomb plant money means that there is space for pistols and armor and extra bit of util. So we'll see if that's going to be enough for a B pop here for NKT.
Give it a go, but it'll be tough to breach. They weren't quite able to get in against the rifles with all their weapons, so See how they hold. There are only the 3 defenders present. OP just holding the smoke to keep them at bay when it comes. Let's actually get a contact. This could actually work out quite nicely. Here comes the utility. OP Dust. Flashbanged, but still able to spray down. Sees enough to get that kill. And they're not able to find anything. Joey providing so much coverage until Axel drops into the pit. He's just been floor banged from heaven. And he's still got Zorte on site so low. So sure, bomb gets down, but I think the overwhelm comes. Sugar's glocked one. I don't think he'll be glocking 2 more. That feels unlikely. Oh, is it? There's absolutely no way. Surely you can't do this. When he got that one, I really started to believe I'd be eating my words.
They got close. They got close. Again, I think the thing that now MOUZ have to realize is they are letting these rounds get a bit too close for comfort. And that their money isn't in the best of ways. But yeah, these pistols getting big damage. That bomb getting planted. It's everything they need for NKT to buy up into another one. And feel confident that this could be one of those swing rounds. You look at what's left over after the repurchase. Joey and Zelex, the only ones with any real significant money. And at that point, it's not even that significant. So we'll see if the 4-player B stack is still going to be needed. Zelex solo towards A, starting in con, just listening for any info. And NKT going for more of a split back towards the con control protocols. Very passive towards A. And waiting for some kind of aggression to come out towards that B side of things. But that's going to happen towards short, not monster. And MOUZ NXT, well, they are going to hang around and hold the short control.
Yeah, I like it, right? Especially after you're showing that AWP peeking out of heaven. I don't think you're necessarily expecting such a forward setup, but, well, the confirmation will come through. That is ridiculous. Like, what can you do about that if you're Nicodian? The way that that content comes through, he's just ADing, headshotting you through a wall. I'd be reporting him. I'd be opening a ticket on Face if that happened to me.
How'd he know? Why is he doing that? Ooh, okay. That train coming through at almost the worst possible time will delay the flashes, however, still effective at best. And Nafany able to find that one opening, smoke towards the ramp side, makes things real awkward. However, Xanta with the swing on the bridge is going to be able to clear him out from the backside of those smokes. And now it's just way too difficult for Zelex to even fathom going for the round of the 1v4. Especially knowing that the economy is no good. So this M4 will be crucial in the next round to have any kind of opportunity. But that is going to be 4 on the T side now for NKT.
Great round from Xanta. I mean, that opening kill was still complete BS, but the following are all very, very good. And that's a bit more of the, I guess, expected gun rounds. I thought we would see more from TDK. Very precise, precision hits. Putting a lot of focus on this B bomb site as of late after a couple of rounds early going towards A. I still feel like MOUZ, I think they're already in an okay position. If they can find 7, that's pretty good against this TDK T side.
Yeah.
And I think they still definitely have the opportunity to do it. It's going to be tricky in this round. They kind of have to force is the problem. Can drop a rifle. But with 1500 on 2 and then 1900 on another, like taking the eco, you just can't really. So yeah, this is going to be an all or nothing round. If they lose this, then I don't know if that 7's possible. It could all just completely crumble.
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird situation to find yourselves in. However, they still fashion something here, you know? That half armor, obviously Joey, he has just been tossed a deagle for his troubles. Nicodian going to be set up with a rifle and that Kevlar. Very slight bit of utility, but we're going heavier towards A for MOUZ NXT. So we'll see if this pays off. But we can see that NKT, they're going very fast out monster. Look at this, expecting it to be an eco, and there's that space created. Nafany, known to love a little bit of W holding, especially with the Mac 10 in hand, and look how much space they have at B. This round's free, and MOUZ NXT are probably just going to be saving already for the next.
Yeah, I think they're okay with this. They took the decision to be more forward with the rifles over on A, and as soon as this hit comes through, yeah, it's just a call to save. Nice call from Nafany. I think he probably acknowledges as well that the economy is in a fragile state, especially after MOUZ have taken that pause. It's probably, you can kind of feel the mind games going on there. So really nice decision in that moment just to run it down on B, especially after, 3 rounds in a row that have been heavy B focused. Doing it again after a pause.
Yeah.
It's a really nice call. That'll guarantee 5 on the T side. And again, that's without the gun, the pistol round as well. The gun rounds have been supreme for TDK. That little blip of 4 in a row in the middle. They're looking to potentially bookend the half with 6.
I feel like it's
that much prettier.
Yeah, it's not regular to see 1 kill in a round of Overpass. I feel like Overpass is usually a pretty, high fragging map because the CTs have those faster rotations. So, that was a bit of a rare one. But being the last round of the half, everyone's going to be going for everything. Let's see. MOUZ NXT are going to change anything up. This time they will still stay 3 towards the A site, thinking there is no way. There is absolutely no way they're going to be sending it through Monster yet again. And they'd be right this time.
Big fight out towards Long Sugar. Going to be taking this solo. Flashbang. They're not going to deal with all these players. And super annoying, that back and forth movement. There is a pick at the same time from the T side in Monster. I'm surprised they were playing this forward Monster setup. Looked like they were going for an info play at the same time this took place. And now they've lost another player, Nicodian. He's going to get caught out too. Oh, it's punishing across the map. They had the right setup, but maybe a few too many moving parts while other things were happening. And now I feel like it's definitely going to be a struggle for them to bring this round back in towards CT. Both go for the retake, MP9 and an M4. Some util, but a 2v4.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to be able to get going. Nafany ready for the retake boost. Knows that they've done it before, and they're going to go for it again. Lovely timing on the HE. Big chunk of damage onto Joey. And he's still calling for them to go for the boost. He's tucked away in the corner. They might do it eventually, but again, that time is just ticking way too far away. And he wants to lead the charge with the MP9, but there's too many rifles up in his grills, and that's going to be 6 apiece at the half. A walloping T side from NKT, but we'll see if MOUZ can bounce back on their T side just after the break. Is it?
Well, it was a solid run of MOUZ NXT rounds in the middle. Obviously took the pistol as well. Joey delivering a few clutches when things got out of hand, but they only walk away with 6 on the CT side and going into the T side of their opponent's map pick. On a map that they haven't beat them on yet, I do worry, and I feel that this pistol is an absolute must-win.
Yeah, we'll see what they opt to do to try to make that happen. Nafferty just going to be breaking that door on a late timing, hoping to catch some lurking mice up connector. But that's not going to happen. It's Axile to spot the first bit of info there. Over towards the T-stairs. And we'll happily just give a lot of space, trade that info for some map control. But you've also still got Joey lurking down towards B, and that's going to pique my interest somewhat. I feel like he might just be that fallback plant. We'll see if Zelex with the P250 is going to be able to find that one tap onto any of these A-site individuals. Nafferty, nice and safe with the jump peak. There's that first bit of info. There's that smoke to block on the long side to make Zorte's life a little easier. But let's see if the A-site defenses are going to get tested.
Yeah, Zorte's ready for this walk forward. Nikiridian did tease it, but it is a bit of a tease. Keep your own sugar. I can see him on the HUD, slowly moving forward. They're being encroached upon. There's a player on B. This is all really weird now. I think Joey has seen that no one's here. Connector door's open. He's going to try and flank back. Opidus gets this kill. They're going to get this frag and go back to B. And there's, well, actually, they go back to A now. They've kind of won both sides in a way, finding kills everywhere. And alright, well, this pistol certainly is going to be theirs, and it looks incredible thus far. Nafferty, the only one left standing, and he walks away with nothing. So, MOUZ NXT, when it comes to pistol rounds, very good.
Yeah, I love that. I said at the start, like, keep your eyes on Joey. He's gonna lurk something up, he's gonna make something weird, and he did. He made it through B, through short, flanked the con guys, and they were smart enough to realize that there was that aggressive rotation out of those 2 B-site members up connector. So once they dealt with them, it was a free rotation back, and then, yeah, every single shot getting hit just when they needed to. And as you mentioned, that was a must-win pistol round for MOUZ NXT to keep their hopes high. And this is looking like a bit more of a handshake round. MOUZ NXT seconds away from finding a completely free B-site, and NKT probably just going to be looking for exits. And that's the round.
Yep, that's the round. Maybe Joey can go and see if he can find these players. I think that's what he's been tasked with. He's ventured out in towards short. I'd like to see him just go looking, though. I guess Opidus will jiggle it and find out. I mean, they know what's up. They know these players were on A stacked, some sort of Astralis setup, and now they're just waiting to find out. Wait, don't look away. They're about to come.
Oh, he's been timed.
Oh, there we go. Now he sees them. Calls over Joey. And Aok. Then Joey in. Stop trying to steal the kills. Let the Mach 10 get the frags, guys. Come on. And Afani's just going to throw away his life. And that will be that. So no casualties, and in fact, some extra money for Zelex. So happy days for MOUZ NXT. Both the pistol and the follow-through, very clean. They've lost 1 player this half so far. Means their money is burgeoning, and they are in the lead.
Love to see it, if you're a MOUZ fan. But let's see if they can do it again. OP Dust has his spawn. Not really one of the best. And he's got all that util to use as well. So maybe he won't be going too aggressive too instantly. Yeah, not making haste. We'll just respect the incend, but it is going to be a early B pop. He's at the front of the pack, but the Famis straight through the smoke. Sugar going to be able to double down and put NKT in a good position to potentially make this retake work.
Santa can't even be a retake. He's still hanging about, and they can't really feel comfortable progressing. Finally, they threw some utility forward to at least give them that space. But they want to find a kill first, just so they can at least feel like they've got something. Getting the bomb down here feels impossible. The net continues to close in. Axile steps up in towards short. They are going to just go for the bomb plan. Axile can't spam it. Well, maybe he was going to be pretty proactive on that, but now they've peppered down these players. Joey gets one, sure. But look at the HP they're working with. So Alex has to take an off angle. And if they win this round from this point, it's a pure miracle of pure aim. And it's set up by 1. Joey onto 11. Plenty of 1v2s from him so far. This one might be a bridge too far. Zorte providing the coverage. And there was a chance there for the instant headshot, but it doesn't come through. And so it is a successful retake and a successful first round on the CT half.
Yeah, honestly, that crosshair placement looked almost perfect for Joey. Just unfortunately couldn't get the pre-fire, couldn't find the headshot, and unfortunately couldn't find the round. But yeah, it was a good attempt. Pretty solid attempt given the situation. And they will maintain the lead just barely. But that bonus round has gifted them the bomb plant, a little bit of extra cash, and yet another chance at a buy. Only a Galil and a Mac 10 to round out the rest of the AKs. But let's see if B is going to be under fire again. If you look at the map, it certainly seems like this is high priority for MOUZ. Maybe they've established a weakness here. Maybe they know NKT love that 3-man A start. And if they can hopefully not get 2-man taken down by Sugar again by the Famous, then maybe it'll be a little bit easier. There you go. 2 going in favor of MOUZ this time. They got the man advantage and they have more site control.
Yeah, great opener from Nicodian. He was all alone after that first player went down. It was only the 2 that came out initially. I think immediately TDK don't want to give this a look in. Not in a position at all. They want to hold on to these weapons. So yeah, great call to go in towards B. Maybe it is a read. Maybe they have an idea of how TDK want to approach these gun rounds. Find a great out of spawn call and execute it to perfection. And again, it's another pretty clean round. Only 1 falling. All right. You know what? This is it's inspiring some hope here. Kind of said that, I mean, Ancient definitely in MOUZ NXT's wheelhouse, but Overpass was going to be a huge long shot. If they can provide an upset here on this map, it might just be that they can take it in 2.
Certainly a possibility at this point. Let's see what we get. Nicodian, lovely 2-man trade. I got worried when Sugar got that first one with the Famous. I was thinking, oh, maybe he's going to be able to do it again. Had 2 Ts facing completely away from him. So there was opportunities. But yeah, TDK just going to be focusing on the future. Keeping a couple of AKs alive, which is always a big bonus. Big buff to the firepower on the CT side. And MOUZ going for a different approach finally. This time looking for some map control towards A. Just respecting that early CTU tilt. Sugar in the meanwhile going to cop a bit of damage through that monster spray. And Long looking like it will be tested. Zorte here jump peeking. Will gain a good bit of information, but he has to help out Axile, which unfortunately comes a little too late, and both the A-site members get completely picked off with that lost A control. You can see TDK just frantically trying to send Nafany across without losing too much control on that B side as well.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping if Nafany just shows himself, puts a bit of utility forward, does as much as he can with his low HP, it might force them into this 2-player setup on B, but I think MOUZ NXT, they acknowledge they have the advantage. There'll be no way 3 players here. So worst case, they're up against 2, and with all their utility, player advantage should be pretty simple and straightforward for them to get in. I don't know if Nafany really wants to stick around here. This feels very risky, and I mean, what does he gain out of that? At most, he gets a kill. Even if he gets 2, I still think the round's not happening. And now you don't have a weapon into the next round, and no, you won't be able to force. And I will say that's something that I think that it's like, I've watched this team like once, twice already.
Yeah.
I do think Nafany still has some of those habits of his where he will try and, push through a smoke and make those sort of plays that I think look really, really bad if they don't work, but can win around, right? And he's very prone whenever there's an opportunity like that where he can play on the edge of smoke, push through, be a hero. He will take it, but I've seen it cost him rounds that have spiraled because of it already. So it does concern me a little bit.
Yeah, look, I wish no one did it, but then it wouldn't be Counter-Strike and we wouldn't have free will. Just, yeah, I've seen too many rounds thrown and burnt because of that. So we'll see if Nafany learns that one the hard way or if it works out this time. Because again, look, if they lose 3 more rounds, they're losing the map pick and then definitely putting MOUZ in a position to potentially 2-0 this series and send TDK down into the lower bracket, which will edge them out in the head-to-head. But off the back of the tactical, let's see what Groove has had to say to try to get TDK playing a better brand of Counter-Strike. And at the moment, it looks like it will just be the save around the saved weapons. Some slight upgrades on pistols, that's it. And a 1-4 split, expecting there to potentially be some more pressure towards this B site. Look, they are going to send one of these weapons up towards the boost. Are they going to go for this similar crunch to what we saw at a Vitality the other day, going for the jump spray with that MP9? Got some free damage onto Joey. Happy to fall off, especially with that info. And now reboosting, not going to work out. Joey ready for it.
Axel being held for as well. Sugar's just been caught. That's that premium rifle removed. And sure, Xanta gets one with the MP9. Axel's nowhere to be found. Sorte has scooped up an AK. Can you find connection with it? No, it was always going to be a long shot on that fight. Xanta swaps that AK and, well, doesn't even get to really give it a shot. So simple as you like to get 11. There was some threat in that round, and, I like the way they tried to utilize it. Little jump boosting. A second boost comes through on the standard position. Every little trick to try and activate the few weapons they have. But it's not enough, and MOUZ NXT are going to be steamrolling their way through this T side.
Yeah, I liked it in theory. The way that we saw Vitality using it the other day in Cluj was they were doing that to draw attention, but then they also had an aggressive push on short at the same time while the T was trying to fight through the pipe on that weird boost angle. So it was more of a crunch. And I really wish TDK did the same thing, but alas, they didn't. So maybe not as effective as it could have been. Also, that AK that got retrieved just didn't quite find the one-taps that, they might have found if they were playing another day. Here it is again. But yeah, heads up from Joey to realize they were going to go for that reboost as well. Beautiful entries. Backside clearance, too good. And now MOUZ NXT 2 rounds away from taking the dub here on Overpass as TDK move back onto the guns.
In line here. Sorte kind of mentioned he's been really solid. Barely got to see him on that T side. Wasn't necessarily a needed factor, but certainly will need to be stepping up here with the AWP. It's the first time they've been able to bring it out. But could just be the MOUZ NXT avoid him completely. Got to set up forward on towards A. Axel has a really nice angle. On Nicodian clear here. Yes! Saw him just that last second. I would have sworn Axel had the advantage in that fight. It doesn't quite see that head in time. So Nicodian opening pick. I'm not sure about the execute on to B off the back of it. Still going to be 3 players to deal with. So not easy.
Here comes the full exec. Heaven smoke, barrels molly. Oh, and Xanta fully wrapped on before anyone's seen anyone at all. Beautiful flash from AOC to stop anyone from swinging, and just like that, the B-site defenses completely disintegrate. And again, Lucy, unfortunately, you won't see Sorte getting a chance to play the game.
Well, this is certainly inspiring for MOUZ NXT. I mean, it's obviously a little bit rough for TDK for how this is playing. But I guess on some level, I mean, this isn't technically a full team in a sense, right? It's 2 weeks playing together as a mix that, sure, has plenty of experience, both individually and also in different segments together at different times. But there are going to be teething issues, and I think the fact that they've come through and they've only lost one series so far against MOUZ NXT of all teams, you know, that kind of gets you really excited, right? And it makes you think, okay, this team is seriously, you know, top tier. But also, like, part of that is that teams aren't going to know how to deal with them to begin with, right? There's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of just individuals shooting you and all the rest. I feel like MOUZ NXT are doing a really good job of just playing very structured CS and punishing any of these individual moments where a player is, you know, trying to play a cheeky angle, trying to take that fight early.
Yeah.
And it's making it really hard for TDK to kind of snowball into any of these rounds.
Well, they've got one more opportunity here on the CT side to get back into the game. It's going to take 5 in a row to play for OT. But at the moment, yeah, my level of confidence from what I'm seeing from them is definitely lacking. They just keep on getting caught off, keep on trying to hold weird lines, just that B-site defense setup that they were going for, completely read like a book. And maybe it's just, you know, doing similar things to what MOUZ NXT played before. MOUZ NXT are adapting. And I didn't think 6 on the CT side was going to be enough, but hey, these youngsters are definitely playing with their heads up and their eyes locked right on in. Again, oh, big nades, big entries. Joey going to be able to find that one through wood. That B-site defense now under fire. They're going to call for reinforcements with Axile coming down. And they might need Zorte here shortly, although Xanta, cheeky 2-tap to kick things off.
Yeah, needed that. Joey has been a thorn in their side. 21 for 7 after the opener this round. Like, lights out game from him. But now the rest of the squad needs to step in, and they do. Nicodian, he'll find 2 of his own. And that's now looking like Zorte. He's up against it all. Nicodian's already tucked in close. There's a smoke in his face. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do?
Like, I think you just disconnect. Like, how do you win this? Obviously, you got to give it a go, but MOUZ NXT, what an incredible T-side this has been. Obviously, oh, nice kill, but I'll give him the virtue that maybe there's a chance here. He's hearing OP dust in the corner, going to smoke him off, force that reposition, and okay, well, he'll just get spammed through the smoke. So, bad to worse for TDK, for Zorte, MOUZ NXT. It's been Overpass in every series between these two teams. Each time it's been close. This time it wasn't, and it's a completely different result. 13-7. They've certainly learned from their past mistakes on this map versus TDK.
Yeah, a couple of crazy moments as well. Nicodian with the Misk bloody smoke push there on the bridge. Perfectly timed to find himself that double entry and just, yeah, waltz their way too far forward, way too deep. And it feels bad for Zorte, right? Like you mentioned it, you wanted to see him get activated in the second half, but he just got avoided time after time after time. And look, he's going to have to wait for that second map of Ancient to even get activated. And it's not necessarily known as a bit of an Orpa's playground, so we'll see what he's going to be able to do and what TDK can do to get back into this series after the break.
victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of A to Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino. Uh-huh.
this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. The way you like it. Just the way.
Well, an unexpected outcome on map 1. MOUZ NXT take the map pick of TDK Overpass in a dominant fashion. I was incredibly impressed by Joey in particular. 2.15 rating, not necessarily the player you're looking to on this squad to be kind of the star rifler. It's normally Zelex and Nicodian of late, but he stepped up in a massive way, multiple clutches coming through. And I gotta say, for TDK, where was anyone? Sugar was the only one that felt like he was shooting back that hard. Nafany was doing alright as well, but Axile, who's been so solid on this team, absent. Zorte, never had to say his name. I'm kind of amazed that this is the TDK we got on Overpass.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we get a little bit more from them moving into Ancient. But yeah, again, it was great to see that MOUZ NXT were able to, you know, change history, get that W on Overpass, and put themselves in a very good position to potentially close the series out 2-0. Joey in particular, what was that, 21-7, rocking a 3 KD, perfect crosshair placement, mechanics that were impressing me, and I'm sure everyone else watching at home. And I'm hoping that we get to see a little bit more of that on Ancient, because this is one of those maps where the individuals with some crazy mechanics definitely have shone so far throughout history. And these guys, obviously, you know, they're young, they're sharp, and they're looking to make names for themselves.
Yeah, and TDK have had ups and downs on this map. It's the one map that they kind of have been picked into a couple of times and lost, including 2 MOUZ NXT in CCT. So yeah, definitely it would made sense for MOUZ to pick into it. For them, it's a map that they've had plenty of success on before, one that they've had lots of reps on too. Sometimes they do have some struggles on it. They got 13-0'd by Ecstatic the other day, but then they dealt out a 13-0 to Los Coquitos the day later. So I would say, much like MOUZ NXT's story generally is, consistency is key, but given their form on Overpass, I'm feeling very confident for them going into their map pick.
Yeah, I feel like that level of confidence for me as well, a little bit higher than probably what it was at the start of the day, especially if they can bring that same form that we just saw from them on Overpass. You know, everyone, even the players that, you know, didn't get the MVP, the ones that didn't necessarily have the best stats, a lot of the kills that they were getting were highly impactful. You know, those crazy openings, giving up their life for the cause, but then also just letting themselves get traded. All the things you want to see, good fundamentals, and it's good to see that, you know, the team that is so young is making all the right decisions. And the other thing I'm interested to see is what they do on their pistol round, because you got me intrigued after seeing that one over on Overpass.
Yeah, they were dominating their Mr. rounds. Like, I think they lost a player on each one, but otherwise it was flawless, which was exceptional work. And I think on a map like Overpass, like, that's exactly what you need to be able to take an upset win. So, yeah, really impressed by what I saw from them there. So I imagine going to their map pick, they'll also have a few pretty tricky pistols up their sleeve. Definitely goes out saying that we need to see a lot more out of TDK here. I'd say that, you know, CT side would be a good place to build that up, but their CT side was just completely absent on Overpass, which I think was the most shocking thing about that map. They had a single round on it, and that's not like they didn't have plenty of opportunities to find success, right? They had multiple gun rounds available to them. Multiple times they had the AWP out, they had all the rifles out, but every single time they were completely undone. So I don't know, hopefully maybe this little reset between the maps gives them some time to reassess it and work out what was going wrong, because yeah, that was not the sort of TDK that you've come to expect from their recent performances.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we get to see a bit of a turnaround. You know, maybe that was a bit of a wake-up call. They probably thought Overpass should have been a shoo-in, should have been an easy one to take for their map pick, but even... yeah, with those 6 rounds on T side, I thought it was pretty much all over, right? And I'm sure that they probably thought so as well. But then after losing that CT pistol and just never really getting their foot in the door to get a couple of rounds going, they just never, had any stable finances, never had the stable confidence, and just couldn't make the right reads or the right calls. Like, yeah, every single time you saw over towards that B site defense was getting completely torn through. So we'll see if on Ancient it's going to be a bit of a different ball game. But it is definitely a bit more of a puggier map, so to speak. So we'll see if a team that is a mix that's only been together for a couple of weeks is going to be able to maybe find their rhythm a little easier.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think so. I guess just given their recent run on it, it's not been the most outstanding. But yeah, definitely a map that I think they've shown before on their various teams, you know, pretty good signs on, even though they haven't played it a great deal here on TDK. I mean, of course, their map pool, you know, just their map sample size is quite limited in general. You know, they've only really had a few maps that they've got lots of reps on. Overpass was one of those, right? That's their first loss on it out of 9 maps. Anubis is the other one that they've got that kind of really strong record on. So yeah, it's tough. I'll be real with you. I thought Overpass was their shoe-in for this series. I figured, okay, Ancient's going to be probably really tough for them given MOUZ's history on it, that you kind of need to win Overpass. So, well, backs against the wall for TDK. At least it's not an elimination series.
Yeah, I guess that's the fallback, right? Is you at least still have that lower bracket potential run to take on. And over here, it's looking like it is going to be a slower start from TDK. Starting to make their way out of a main. Lovely shot at Azorte. Finally, he can show that he can get activated. And what a round to get activated in as well. Big space created over towards the A site. CT's happy to play for the retake, but they've also just got these lane individuals to deal with. Nafferty finding the head of Nicodian, and that makes things extra awkward for these CTs.
Yeah, looking like it's going to be the first pistol round for the series for TDK. Ayok giving it a shot. That's a lot of bullets from the dual Berettas raining off, and he's the only one left now. So any kills he can find to be nice, but can't find the head of Zorte. So TDK finally get to feel a little bit of that rush of success. A pistol round, they get to start a half with the advantage.
You'll take it. You'll 100% take it for sure. Putting themselves in a much better position. And I think that's going to be one that's lovely for the confidence for the boys from TDK, sorry. Now let's see. Over towards mid. What we got, Zelex sending Joey in with a run boost, which gets him right up in the grills of Sugar, but also gets him dinked real early. And the A site going to be fully taken. Axile space created. As he's just going to run down Ayok, who's already back towards CT.
Yeah, good response just to charge in towards A here. Obviously, it is the force buy, so there's still a real threat here. No kit, so once the bomb goes down, unless you're kind of gifted some sort of freebie, you're feeling that maybe you just want to run this back into the next, I think with all the smokes blocking passage, that's probably going to be the call coming through into MOUZ NXT. So give it a go. Try and find that opener. Joe gets brought low. Axe out, charges into A, and from about that point, when there's no further frag coming through, despite every player invested into this round, could potentially have a round where there's no casualties. As long as Joey doesn't get blown up, but I think he'll be fine that far away. You never know with Ancient. It can be a little dicey at times, but it's a far plant, and they'll be fine in CT spawn as well. So an unusual one. At least MOUZ NXT can kind of run it back into the next.
Yeah, we got that full bonus right here. How's the spawns looking? Who's at the front? All right. Got some pretty good spawns for the Mac 10s over towards that B site. So we'll see if they go for cave, maybe a fast ramp pump. Not too much delay in utility for MOUZ NXT. But no, it's going to be A again for the third time. Molly towards mid. Maybe Nafany to make some noise over towards this B site. But the A main aggression comes through. 5-7 at this range. Still definitely fatal. But the Mac 10 is going to be able to wrangle that one onto the first. And, ooh, Xanta worried. Thinking Aok may be there as well. And the Molly splits up the crossfire. So no trade potential for Joey.
Well, chance hope he does. Oh, he actually gets that last couple of bullets. No headshot at all, just fully spamming out his shoulders. Now the rotation comes. Smoke in towards A main. TDK's plan into this round was just to pop onto this bomb site, but gets a little unfortunate for now. They're going to instead pause behind it while the CTs reaggress into middle. This is being held for Sugar, anticipating this play, and oh, great wide swim from Nicodian. Puts into the 2-on-2. OP just gets the information, and he's been spotted, but now Nicodian can come over. There's no smoke on towards Donut. They do have one that they can throw. Finally, it will come down. Worried about that potential push through. I think OP Dust is about to set up a pop play. This flashbang could be painful, but oh, beautiful read from Xanta. Fakes out the tap and then deals with both of them.
And you'll take it. TDK happy to find 3 back-to-back-to-back rounds to kick things off here on Ancient and try to maintain this lead. But now is where the fun starts for MOUZ, getting these rifles online and knowing they've already done a decent amount of damage to these Ts in the prior round. Maybe, just maybe, they can start to turn the game back in their favor. Are we looking? Oh, 4 towards B for the start. Giving up mid on Ancient. I don't know about this one. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, so they want to crunch in towards lane, it would seem. Smoke will land from Nafany, though, making it hard. But there we go. The flashbang comes over, and the pushdown is exceptional. Sugar, in the meanwhile, at 1 minute 30, is in CT spawn.
Yeah, he's read this one. And Zelex is not even considering this as an option. This one's definitely going to come back to bite MOUZ. But he's not going to look for Aok, who's still got that AWP posted on main. If the bomb falls, then that's when things get even more awkward. But Sugar's heard a couple of footsteps, spots one man, gets the info. Aok not quite going for the full clear. As Zelex's elbow has been seen, Sugar will take the timing instead. Oh, no! Oh, it's a catastrophe. Oh, and he's in between way too many CTs. Lucy, he has fumbled the bag.
Oh, the bags on the floor. The SpaghettiOs are everywhere. Mum spaghetti. Oh, my goodness gracious me. That doesn't get much worse, does it? He's there at 1 minute 30, and you feel like, okay, we're in a position here where Sugar can just win this round for us. He just has to find the right timing. And then he misses. He finally goes for the kill. And it's just as the player. Look at him. Oh, man. A little slowdown. I love that. Oh, that is brutal.
What do you do? I guess you just have to laugh it off, right? Like, that's all you can
Laugh
really
through
do
the
at that
pain.
point. Yeah.
Well,
well,
the
new
good news
rounds,
is
new
they are
opportunities.
onto the B bomb side. And, wait, Opie does hit that headshot. Actually, I think Nicodium was set up for it as well. But despite getting all this space on here, it's a little bit of a misdirect. They were happy to concede this ground, and now they quickly pounce onto it. And, well, Sugar comes to support Xanta, who is stuck out long, and Aox's fallen off the line. But Xanta just misses that one tap. Would have been a hard one to hit regardless. Sugar's going to try and set him up for something, but Flashbang not doing the trick. Nade, then the swing. You saw Sugar throw that flash. MOUZ NXT, 2 back-to-back rounds.
It's a whole weird situation going on there. TDK constantly finding themselves with a weird amount of map control, and they just can't quite figure out what to do with said map control. It's like MOUZ NXT. It's almost like they're giving it as bait and then just taking it right back. They know that, you know, on the CT side, they like to move forward rather than hold angles. And I think they're just doing the best thing for themselves. You know, quick tactical going to be taken by TDK. So Groove can have a little chin wag and tell the boys, hey, look, things ain't working out. And now you're going on to an eco. So just breathe. You know, just in and out. Stop stressing. You're missing some easy ones. Let's just lock the hell in, boys.
Yeah, look, a couple of fumbled rounds. Not the end of the world. So not fantastic, but you take this little eco, come back into it next, maybe hit some dig shots. That can give you a little bit of confidence. They're looking for it with Xanta. You can see MOUZ NXT. They know what they're up against. They're not going to play any close lines where the pistols can overwhelm. It's actually really nice and reserved, this setup. I'm a big fan of this. Not going to give any sort of in to TDK. We'll just try and pop onto the bomb site, you imagine. I think this double layering should be pretty decent at dealing with it. That's the biggest threat of the round, save for Nafany. Sugar really wants to get this bomb over, but I just feel that's going to be impossible. There's no reason for any of these CTs to move. They keep getting given fights, and it is a pick apart. Easy peasy, no damage even inflicted.
TDK caught kicking and screaming as they move back onto the AKs. That fast start, unfortunately, has just been completely turned around. As MOUZ NXT are now finding themselves thriving in momentum, and we'll be going for this mid control. 3 players invested here. Nice molly towards the jungle just to try and dislodge said CTs, but up ramp they go. Retake on B seems to be the protocol. And with only one player here, that being Nicodium, his main job is just lock onto the cave control. Xanta on the trade will be able to take some space, and the bomb will make its way across. So maybe in this post plant, TDK can find that fourth.
Yeah, important trade that. Nicodium going down, loses some space for them. Sugar's holding down at doors. He is low HP. If he can find anything from this, that'd be a huge win, but Alex just going to block him off, so Sugar might just walk through this on a timing, but if he goes too late, it will be not really that useful. If he goes, not even needed, because Xanta has just killed everyone anyway. And Aox just caught a headshot through the wall. And now Sugar finally gets to activate. So, nice and simple for TDK. Straight up onto B. They've acknowledged that MOUZ NXT aren't holding actively there, and they exploit it.
Beautifully done. And into the tactical for MOUZ, knowing that the money probably isn't in the best way. After they buy here, they may have one round to fall back on. But that's not what you want to be really thinking about at this point. So maybe mid control wasn't in their repertoire, wasn't the strongest thing for them. As the retake just unfortunately didn't work as intended. But let's see what they are going to be going for. AOC picking up the AWP. And over on the other side of things, Zorte has his online now as well. Let's see who ends up winning this AWP battle. Got that instant ramp smoke coming through. Bit of action towards mid. Joey over here to try and support Zelex. And AOC with a deep angle held. But Zelex, passive from Donut, going to be able to catch Sugar, who was very solo, untradeable. And TDK now, man down. Have to figure out where they want to go.
Yeah, Sugar feeling maybe that he's got some space to potentially scale deep there and find an opener. Goes the other way, and I think MOUZ NXT are going to lean a little bit more heavily towards A after seeing that early mid aggression, but still I think happy with their setup. Again, sort of holding some space here, but it's all right with the player advantage. Zorp is going to go searching a little bit, and that's some information alone just off that smoke grenade. And AOC, well, might have a chance. There's a 1-for-1, and yeah, AOC off that break did catch Zorte. So that leaves Santa and Axile to pick up this 2v4, and they don't really have a good position to work with.
Grouped up. Util coming through. Xanta. Ooh, okay. Is it going to be needed to try and trade? Lovely clearance from Axile. Head on the swivel to find Joey tucked at the back of sight. And that brings it straight back to this 2v2, which makes things extra difficult for MOUZ NXT. AOC just locking down the long line. And it's hoping that Zelex is going to be able to come through with a trade at some point, but his eyes are fully trained over towards short. They know that someone's close, but Axile again may just be doing it all himself, but he won't need to. Xanta on the cover from that short push. Beautifully played in the 2v4.
Yeah, wonderful round from TDK. Axile, yeah, 1 kill going into that, walks away with 3 more. Doesn't feel like that was a round MOUZ NXT had any right to lose, but TDK finding the way. Well, obviously how these opening kills went, but it's the closure just bursting up ramp. Axile deleting both. They just needed 1 kill there on the defense, but Axile eviscerates them, and as soon as it's into that 2v2, they are so heavily favored.
Change in pace this time. TDK also sending a few more individuals over towards this B site. Boost up to try and play the aggressive line. And cave control going to be taken by the Molly Nicodian. Forced back deeper towards that B site. And it's happy to just give up that map control. You can see with the positioning, they're kind of expecting some kind of aggression through Red Room. Look at Joey. He's definitely thinking someone's there. Maybe there's miscommunication. Maybe it's just that utility from the start of the round, expecting Sugar to keep on pushing, keep on finding some kind of hole in the defense. But that's being cleared out. AOC now training his eyes over towards mid. And 3 players in the right position over towards B, but they're deep towards short and long, and they will be smoked off.
Tough. Maybe Dakota can get something here. There's definitely an opportunity to it. Flashbang. Oh, thought he was going to dodge it, but he kind of didn't. I don't know. That really felt good. There's that flank coming through as well. And that's completely undone it for a moment. Hope he does. Oh my god. Swaps guns and has to go to the sidearm. Nice try to get 2 into it, but Axile manages to hold his ground just about. The USP not finding the headshot. Zelex is a little bit far removed with his MP9. They had the bodies there and actually felt that that long fight was definitely going to favor MOUZ NXT, but the swing comes through and Nicodian couldn't quite handle that flashbang. Really thought he was going to recover from it.
What's Zelix going for here? Maybe just looking to get his mitts on that AWP, which could definitely bounce towards him here with the explosion. Creating a lot of space there. But that one may have disappeared. Yeah, a little bit too far away to grab. And he doesn't really calculate that one too well there. After the explosion, we are going to get a quick technical just to sort something out. But yeah, 6 already for TDK. We've gone, what, 3 rounds, back to 3 rounds, back to another 3 rounds. So we'll see if there is going to be any chance of a swing back. But it's going to be a huge fumble again from TDK because you can see MOUZ, they are not going to be on the best buy at all. Just a Deagle, 5-7, and that saved MP9 to try and make something work here.
It's so classic to come out of your map pick where you've got kind of stomped out, then go into your opponent's map pick, which you've been struggling on, and to suddenly be in a commanding position. I do think it's probably a little bit harder for them to integrate the CT half in, just given the context of the team. Some of those mid-round callings and the like that are going to be critical here on Ancient might be a little lacking. So I think for MOUZ, sure, they might not be able to win out the half or even tie it up, but if they can recover 4 to 5 and again bring that sort of pistol success back, I have pretty high hopes for their T side. Just given what we saw in Overpass, it did feel like they had a lot of really good ideas there, let alone here, which is their pick.
Let's see if anything changes here. Looking like a more passive approach with the 3-man B setup. And all it took was that one shot for OP Dust to smoke off ramp. Now TDK just going to play the waiting game. Smoke towards Donut just to try and condition them. And allow the peek from heaven. Let's see if Joey is going to get tested at all. Zelix tanks the flash to the face. But is going to maintain that aggressive position towards A main, which can give him a good amount of information. But he's only really watching one close angle. Not too phased of the potential flank. Scope going to be heard there. Aok close enough and should know that there is that boost up. And I don't mind this setup that they're going for. You've got him as well as OP Dust right behind him to try and play a little bit of a crossfire and punish any ramp swing here. With Nicodian, who can activate off the back of this contact. In comes that first shot. Surely they don't expect that second man, but they'll molly it off regardless. Weird bounce, but good shots. And Axile's just going to steady that ship. 3v2. And maybe a chance for MOUZ.
Yeah, this flank coming through actually could be really well timed. Zelix, it's going to be him if this round is going to go to anything. Oh, okay. Joey's just tucked into the corner, and now I think the chance for Zelix begins to dwindle. Although, into the corner, doesn't want to pick up that AK, and instead just wide swings into Zorte. There was a good opportunity. Joey getting caught, though, did mean that it was all onto Zelix, and yeah, they only get that one kill on the player progressing up towards ramp. Didn't expect a lot into that round, given what they brought into it. You can see the pieces of what they could have put together. Some big kills here, especially Axel taking 2. And then, yeah, unfortunately, held for by both. Now's their chance to at least walk away with something they can fight with into the next half with.
Ooh.
Not a great start.
No, but that's a little better. Nicodian going to be able to snag one back through that weird smoke on lane. And Joey again has been loving this position, tucked away at Ninja. If he gets spammed, he is a goner.
Santa wants this fight.
Yeah, they're staying silent.
I think he knows Zelix is here in Jag, and yeah, he'll find him. Zelix thought he had the timing to peek out. Xander had heard him stepping about in there. An advantage wrested back. And very much in the dark of MOUZ NXT, so they're going to feel like they need to make a play, and this is one way to do it. Sorte gets removed. Double swing, that's a lot of information for TDK. Should be straightforward for them to progress. But they can't go through Donut. It's smoked off by themselves. Pushes them back towards Red Room. There's no smoke here if they wish to progress, but, well, you don't need a smoke if you just shoot them in the head. Joey does have an interesting timing here, and, oh, he'll get cleared. Unbelievable clear.
And that'll be that for the round. Lovely couple of shots, get it done, and that should be 8 on the T side now. MOUZ, who were brimming with confidence, are now just looking a little bit lost. A little bit worse for wear. And maybe they can salvage it in the final round of the half if they can save this M4, which could find the AK upgrade. Not a lot of money left in the bank, but at least they've got the round loss bonus to fashion something out of nothing.
Yeah, not looking like they're going to be having quite as good a half as they would have hoped. Yeah, I can drop 1. This AWP has basically been negligible this half. They've really never had the option to have it out that frequently, unfortunately. Tell you what, Axile, he was so absent on map 1. Really, there's been a change around coming into this map. Feels like every fight he's taking is a precision headshot. Gonna get a big fight in middle, and it's Sugar this time dealing out that headshot. Alex falls, Nicodian forced into the open, and, well, this one looking like it's going to be done quickly. OP dust charging through, and Sorte. All right. A couple of these players that just were completely missing on Overpass. I think they've been found. You don't need to stress too much anymore. Ayok with the 1v5. Now they know exactly where he is. He's smoked off in towards CT. Try and barrel through to get something done, but will be sideswept, and so it's a 9-3 half. TDK wiping the floor with MOUZ NXT on their map pick. Well, Mac, that was a very, very one-sided half coming out from TDK. Didn't quite expect it after the Overpass, but it's good to see them revitalized after losing their map pick.
Yeah, good to see indeed. And we are going to be jumping straight into this one. Up ramp we go, a couple of bangers to try and blind the CTs, but Sugar ain't having none of that. Swinging perfectly, and that's what, like a 20-second round. Big one for TDK to kick things off, and now they just need 3 more fast ones like that to take us all the way to Mirage.
Yep, feels like we're going there pretty quickly as well with how this is played out. Devastated on the B bomb site. What do you even do? Do you force this? I don't know. Feels crazy too. So you're gonna give them 11. Oh goodness, MOUZ NXT. I wonder. It's so bizarre that it's played out like this. I mean, this stuff happens. Obviously, you know, a lot in Counter Strike. It's just always really strange when a team can basically dominate their opponent's map pick that they have lost consistently, but then suddenly onto their map pick that they're really good at on paper comparatively just completely disappear. Just kind of the way of CS, but it's still remarkable when it occurs.
Yeah. And look, if you're going to lose, why not just lose fast, right? Get onto a map where you might find more confidence, which is weird to say considering this was MOUZ's map pick. But alas, there's that info. Insend. Slowing things down, and that flash will also try and deny the T's from wanting to just smash their way in numbers up the ramp. But they're going to be going straight through the smoke anyway. Nafany, yeah, wild spray. Looks a little gross as Xanta is going to be the one to follow through. Sugar 2 coming in with a bit more damage. And it's a well-wrangled round eventually. Yeah, got a little messy from Nafany and Xanta, but hey, you'll take it. That's an 11th.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think it really needs to be that clean, to be honest. MOUZ NXT, I think they're very happy. A couple of kills and a bomb plant. It's exactly what they were hoping for. You could even get the T side up if they really wanted to. Joey's got the money to do it, but so they'll keep it pretty standard. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's like that with the A1S. If you try and go for a spray, if you lose control of it and, you know, you've only got those 20 bullets, it can kind of just unravel quickly. We'll forgive him this time.
And into a technical again. Wondering if it's the same issue as before. But again, of course, before you go into your gun round, you just want to make sure everything is A-okay and sorted. And with that bomb plant, MOUZ NXT will have everything they need and more. Every piece of utility they could desire. As Orte's going to be throwing the elbow smoke here. Let's see how TDK decide they want to play this one. What do we got? Just back to basics. 1-2-2 split. Molly to stop the run out. Nade there as well to disincentivize MOUZ from going out at all. And yeah, it's just banana that they're going to be looking for.
All right. Execute onto the speed bomb site. They want to pop through this. Xanta playing close, begins to spray, but holds on for a second and only gets the one. The smoke's going to fade mid-site. Sugar's forced back. Rotation comes from Zorte. They're actually going to disengage. They're happy with the kill they got, maybe hoping they can catch someone in rotation. There's maybe a chance on Axile in middle. You can see Zelix is looking for that opportunity, maybe on that smoke fade. Will he find it? Oh, he spots him. Starts to look. Now this slowdown is... Oh, okay, triple boost. This is... You're not expecting this. Every trick is coming out into this. This boost is crazy because you can actually look down short. Ah, they've stuffed it. I saw this the first time the other day and it blew my mind.
Yeah, it's a cheeky one that you can pull out. But alas, there was no one in any of the exposed positions. TDK fortunate. Not realizing the bullet that they have dodged. Oh, but there's that info, Nafany. Gonna spot that flash towards Donut. Axile could be in trouble as the solo a holder. Oh, almost doubles down. That's big damage. But Nafany falling makes things extra difficult. 2v3 for the retake. Do you even want to go for it? Oh, you do now.
Yeah, definitely now. And oh, Zorte takes another before he goes. Zelex is still pretty favored here. Half HP for Sugar. No util either. Nothing to kind of disrupt this. However, if Zelex doesn't get this kill and Sugar just walks upon him, that could be the difference. Sugar knows exactly what's going on. Zelex, how's he gotten into Temple? Sugar's going to clear it. Sugar's won the round.
Incredible.
I can't believe that he plays it like that. That timing is ridiculous from Sugar. Never favored, but just had the perfect read.
But yeah, you'll take it. You'll take that for sure. Impeccable read on that position. And a beautiful couple of kills out of him. Doing just enough to put that 12th on the board. And even with some, creative thinking, some nice openings, and some man advantages, MOUZ NXT still unable to capitalize and put a 4th on the board. With the bomb plant and the round loss bonus, they can buy up somewhat again. Obviously not as good as the last, but let's see what they go for this time. Nades towards mid just to try and punish Axile for making his way to Donut too quickly. It is just going to be the A pump after Nicodian makes some noise here at B.
Zorte's up high on Big Bucks, and he'll find that one easy. A little bit audacious on the wide swing, I will say. So he only gets the one. Axile tries to slide out, and wide swung on by Aox. So kill comes through. Still Nafany. These sort of players I'm saying. Wants to walk this smoke, and yeah, there it is. And there it is. Doesn't get the kill. There's a smoke. You bet your bottom dollar that man's going to walk through it. Still a 2-on-2 despite Nafany giving up his life for free. Sugar's managed to rest one back. Zelex feeling the pressure off from Xanta, who will get caught. So I think that will be it, especially with this smoke now blocking off Sugar. So that 4th round will come through.
Look, better late than never, is what they say. And Sugar happy to carry the AK across to the next. And look to keep on providing the impact that he has so far this series. There you go. Even with those early openings, you'd think things could have still gone their direction. But Zelex pretty much locking it in with that pick onto Zorte. Now they need 8 more. What's that? Going to be 9 in a row to play for OT. That's a huge ask for any team around the world. But this time, we're going to be going straight out for this mid control. Axile caught off by the HEs as well as the extra tip damage. Flashes denying him vision. And mid control, a powerful part of the map to have in your hands. Let's see if this kind of possession is going to be good enough to maybe split back late into B. Nafany wins that at close range with the Famous. So brings it back and gives them hope.
Let's push down ramp. Xanta playing close with the 5-7. Tough position. Find a lot with, but MOUZ NXT completely caught off guard. They had no idea they were moving utility around. And then Sugar steps in as well. Oh, that might just be it right there and there. Aox got the AWP on towards K, but, well, no need to peek in here. Player advantage ×2. Zorte's holding that rotation back down, so they know these players haven't left. This hit on towards B. Oh, they've even missed the smoke. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong here for MOUZ NXT. No short smoke. Means they have to contact up. Joey's got to just fight in. Sugar takes head off another, and Joey left completely alone. A lot of players just making it hard for him to take fights, and he had an opportunity there, but TDK will take the map 13-4. What a bounce back after Overpass.
Yeah, look, it was a little bit rough towards the end there, and things just constantly going in favor of TDK, even if it was by MOUZ's doing. But alas, there you have it, 13-4. Going to be that scoreline as MOUZ NXT are looking to take it all on Mirage, as is TDK. It's going to be the final map of the series to try and split the difference between these two and keep them in the upper bracket. And of course, it will be Mirage coming up just after the break.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town.
One unexpected series of events as each team takes their opponent's map pick in relatively one-sided affairs. Takes to Mirage now, Mac, and given how things have gone so far, I suppose we're in for an OT close as hell affair here.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what we get. You know, it was a quick one on Ancient, not necessarily a quick one on Overpass, but maybe just a result we definitely weren't expecting, and quicker than maybe we were expecting. But yeah, Mirage definitely has a few more angles, few more routes that both these teams can expose. But before we get into that, let's have a quick look at our MVP coming out of Ancient, and it is, of course, Xanta, 19 and 9, doing huge work. Crazy openings, and then also, you know, big second half as well to close that out and make it look way too easy there up against MOUZ.
Yeah, I think Xanta definitely had some huge mid-round moments. I want to give props to Sugar as well on that CT side. He was very solid. We saw that great 1v1 that he won out as well. So I think he was definitely a big factor for their success. But yeah, going now into Mirage, and I feel that it now definitely has swung the pendulum towards TDK. The Ancient victory, the way they won it, the manner, the fact that all the individuals look good going into Mirage. They've not lost this yet. Again, small sample size, but that's 5 maps in a row, including a 13-1 victory over Sangul, and also beating out MOUZ NXT at Nodwin. So I think everything kind of looks to them, if everyone's fragging like they were on Ancient, to making this a 2-1 series in their favor.
Yeah, we'll see though. You know, they did already lose that unbeaten on Overpass statistic today, so who knows, maybe they'll stay defeated at the end of the day if they do lose to MOUZ. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get. MOUZ, of course, you know, we've seen just how many reps they've had in the last 3 months on pretty much every single map that they're playing. They've got a pretty diverse pool, pretty diverse skill set. And I'm keen to see what they're going to be able to do here over on Mirage. Of course, you got a knife for sides, so nobody really knows who's going to be starting which way just yet. But yeah, I'm expecting it to be a little bit more CT-sided than T-sided. But alas, you know, we could have said the same about Overpass, and that was looking very T-sided today.
Yeah, it's definitely been a weird series so far. I think that's the way I would consider how it's played out. But listen, that's what makes a fun series, you know, when things are unexpected. It was good to see Zorte stepping up a lot on map 2, especially because Overpass, I really thought he was going to have a great time on that. He only ended up 6 and 11, just felt like never really had an opportunity. Saw him having to save a few times on that CT side, which, you know, never feels great. They rarely kind of gave him the opportunity to flex his stuff, but he was also, you know, quite solid on Ancient. Wasn't necessarily on the same sort of map, you know, round-winning gameplay as Xanta and Sugar, but definitely saw him have some flashy moments. There was that particular multi-kill down towards Rat where he really stepped up towards the end. So I'm hoping he can show his stuff here a little bit, because again, I do think he does have that kind of edge on AOC in the head-to-head, you know, just in general. And even throughout the series so far, neither of them has been the conversation point, but I think here on Mirage, that might shift.
Yeah, we'll see if that shift does come through or not, but yeah, it's interesting. I'm not even, you can't predict this series. Like, with how the things have gone, it's just like map to map, both teams sort of just turning up a little bit harder, realizing that they are just one game away from not only having a day off, but being in the grand final here of ESL Challenger League, EU Cup #1 for season 51. And you want to be in there. You know, you want to be in it to win it. You want to have every opportunity. And I'm not sure if there is a slight advantage to going through the upper bracket or not. Usually there's that map advantage sometimes, but maybe we don't get it here. Alas, it's looking like we do have MOUZ winning the pistol, winning the knife rather. So they will get their selection of sides. Are they starting CT side? Yes, they will be staying, and yes, the game will be getting right on underway.
Yeah, makes sense.
Soon.
Should be very soon. I'm excited. I wanna have a closer map here. It wasn't the best showing from MOUZ NXT on Ancient, which was a little surprising to see them really struggle on that CT side in particular. Right, that's in fact, the CT sides in general today have been a real difficulty for them. I think TDK is going to be a team that does tend to have a strength towards that T side, right? Just given the sort of play style they have, but it has been unusual to see, you know, even 6 rounds on the CT side Overpass doesn't feel that good when you've got the pistol as well. And then on Ancient, they had 3. Like, it just was completely lacking on their side. So looking to maybe change the script this time around.
Yeah, who knows? Script writers are all over the place today, so we could be in for anything. We could be in for a 3-book series. We could be in for a very short one, just a little children's novel. Who knows? But we'll figure that out. I've been, pleasantly surprised though, by MOUZ NXT, even though it did kind of flop for them on Ancient. What we saw on Overpass was them playing above their years, above their experience, and let's see if they can do that again here. TDK on the pistol here on the T side. What have they got for us? 1 set of util, a decoy there for Axile, P250 for Zorte. Let's see what they can do with this cheeky combination. Bit of a split coming in the mix, looking like we may see some mid pressure through lowers, through top mid, through somewhere. And MOUZ NXT are going to be stacking B to start.
A bit of a heavy lead there, so yeah, maybe some sort of read on the setup. I'm going to be spotting mid though, so they do have the information. Maybe more of a retake setup on A. OP does have that smoke and kit. TDK just going for a very standard default pistol. Slow clear under. We'll see these players out mid start to take fights in a moment. Zelex is ready for it, but Axile, nice little swing out from a slightly lower angle to offset the crosshair, and then Sugar offsets the head off the shoulders. So an early opening kill. Smoke goes down towards Connector, and they have a lot of space.
Ooh, going through the smoke on a timing. Flash giving them extra space, and you can see MOUZ, they are going to be happy to play for the retake, just locking onto that CT control, with plenty of space taken, and Xanta just making sure all I's are dotted, all T's are crossed, and they will get this one planted with plenty of control over towards corner jungle.
Still have that smoking kit, and they're going to be bursting out together. So fighting forward, right decision from the T side. Zorte is plucking heads with this PT50 to go down, and he even has the little tag there. Still going to be the stick coming through. They need to get him off this bomb. He's sticking this 5 seconds, and well, that's why you buy the smoke and kit. Kills might all come through. Maybe not. Joey actually lives. And that is a rough one for TDK. Undone by a smoking kit in a 2-on-4 at that point?
Yeah. Not bad, not bad. And that's the potency of sticking it. Pros don't fake. And MOUZ going to be laughing their way to the second round. However, with the bomb plant, you can see that TDK are very interested in this second round. 2 AKs in the mix, 2 Galils and a Deagle. Bit of util to complement it all. And MOUZ should be expecting this. You can see that they are double towards the top of Con, giving a lot of control over towards this A site. And Sugar is happy to take the free real estate.
Oh, timing here, Sugar. Oh, that is exceptional. Holy, the flashbang, and we saw it from the POV of the CT, but it instantly hits the deck. That was 3 kills, and you can see the X's in a line. Sugar, holy, continuing after a great Ancient. What a player.
Sometimes it can just boil down to that, right? The confidence off the back of a well-placed flash, and look at how much utility they've got going into the next round. Kills coming out from bloody everywhere. All over towards short too. Like, just insane couple of kills. And this is why we mentioned Sugar at the start of the day, and then also highlighted him in the MVPs, even though he wasn't necessarily the MVP. But in this round, he certainly was. 4-0 for him. And TDK going to be bringing this right back. Getting their just desserts for the prior round. MOUZ, however, did save that one weapon. And they are thinking about going for the force back, knowing that their money's not in the best way. You got that double eco situation going on. So yeah, it's Deagles, 5-7s, Kevlar, and very, very light utility just to try and block and buy time for rotations. 1-4 split with the A stack. TDK avoiding the issue though. Look at this. Going for that late mid control. Sending Nafany out. There's a bit of a device to collect this information. Passive approach from Xanta in case there is an A-main push. And over towards that B site, Zelex. He's just jumping for that information, spotting short, and hoping to potentially call people across. But again, that's what the second smoke now used over towards the A site. So TDK starting to worry. And it's looking like they are going to posture for the B split.
Good protocols. Mid, you know, it's not going to be stacked, so take all that space, leverage what you want, and straight in towards B. They will be able to utilize that short split to make sure that even if it was a stack, they have the bodies here. Nafany deals with Zelex before he takes down his teammate, and he'll mop up Aok as well, so there's force buy. Getting nothing from it. TDK might have let the pistol slip off that defuse, but have quickly come back, and now it's an even worse situation for MOUZ NXT.
Doing all the right things as well to carry 5 weapons across to the next. Great navigation from TDK. And they couldn't ask for too much more. Look at the money That is big. Was that 2 rounds back to back where they had 5 alive? That's nasty. Already, I'd be worrying if I was MOUZ NXT, who now just have to go for the full save if they want any chance of a good buy into the next, with, you know, not the best round loss bonus at the moment. Con smoke, window smoke. Looking like they are going to put themselves in a position to potentially go for the B split again. Team flash, slightly unfortunate. But in the meanwhile, unders is dealt with by Axile. Zelex just trying to team up and help out Nicodian over towards that short peak, and it's looking way too easy. Potential for a 3rd round in a row with 5 alive.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better, does it? This will be locked in a second. AOC surely going to get peaked on. Yeah, I mean, even the pistol round looks really good from them. Like, everything has looked perfect so far. They just didn't allow, but couldn't stop the defuse coming through. Outside of that, it's hard to fault what TDK have been bringing out so far on this T half. So much excess money across them. Now NXT will finally get a chance to actually fight back. They've barely had any opportunity. 3 players get to even frag. So, yeah, they're desperate to finally get a fair fight. And even that comes with concessions. MP9, lack of util, no AWP. Fast. Already progressing up is Zorte. Nothing above him, and there's going to be a big brawl in mid. It feels. Zorte walks through. Oh my god! The timing! Are you kidding me? What's he even doing reloading? But at least AOC gets that double kill. Brings it back after a really unfortunate opening death. Bomb needs to go down. Oh, brave. So brave. Look how many CTs are here. How has he gotten the bomb down? Oh, it might not matter. Very quick swings. Okay, MOUZ NXT get there first, and they only lose that opening death.
Yeah, that was weird. That was wacky. And that could have gone completely the other way if that con player managed to get more than just that single kill. AOC really saving the day with that 2-piece over from short. And then everyone else doing just what they need to. But the bomb plant going down, and obviously the 3 rounds back to back to back of 5 alive at the end, or 2 rounds even. Mate, that leaves so much money. So much money at the end of this one. As MOUZ is going to be able to find themselves a second. You can see that even after this one, TDK are going to be able to buy again. On mid control. Looking to be where TDK focus up again. Or so it seems with that combination of smokes and a flash. Late lurk from Sugar at lower. But it is just a full default. TDK feeling this one out. Seeing if they can maybe find themselves a pick somewhere. Punish any aggression across the map. Ooh, that looked like it was better placed. Could have got huge damage on the Sugar. Lovely aggression out of the CTs here, doubling up over towards A main, but in the meanwhile, that's 2 quick picks out of TDK. Nicodian hoping that he can single-handedly hold onto the A site, which he will for 1 pick, but not quite the second. Xanta knows he's 1 bullet from the grave, and will just decide to re-aggress towards Palace and regroup with the rest of the TDK individuals.
And taking their time on this will cause MOUZ NXT to stress a little bit, and looks like they might have the wrong read on the situation. TDK going to be grouping up towards A, save for Sugar, who does throw a little flash out. He's going to run back, and you imagine late lurk through middle. So despite getting a really comprehensive gun round in the round prior, it doesn't look like there'll be an immediate follow-up, so it doesn't really bolster your confidence to immediately lose the next. Critical they hold on to these 3 rifles that they have. Codian can actually maybe drop an AWP over next round. That could be the difference maker that they need here. You imagine Zorte will invest one now as well. That is going to be 4 on the T side. Getting back-to-back very difficult for MOUZ right now.
And there we go, sliding into the next. TDK again, just doing all the right things and moving to the right side, avoiding the stack from MOUZ NXT. Gamble not quite paying off this time. And that money still looking very formidable for TDK. Fortunately, with the 3-man save, MOUZ is going to be able to buy up and have everything they need and more yet again. AOC with the AWP online. Let's see what OP Dust does here. Had that front spawn, thought he might have got aggressive at mid, but it's the other 3 who are looking to do just that. Smoke in the window, going to be disregarded. Zelex boosting up AOC for a shorter rotation in towards short. But the T's not going too wide at mid yet. Bit of action. Util trades coming through towards apartments. But inevitably, it's just a bit of a default with this mid control.
Okay, well, AOC adopting that defensive line can at least kind of hold on and get the information if anyone crosses. Obviously, won't see a close crawl in towards Con. But after this initial default, TDK want to regroup back towards A. We've got Sugar in a good position in middle, just next to window. This Palace player in Xanta, they're basically set up to go for a execute. We'll get to see how this Nicodian and Joey defense holds. We got picked apart last time on A, but against the full X, that's a different story. Molly goes under. Nicodian will reveal his position. Flashbang, exceptional from Joey. Sets up Nicodian for that first, and there's no follow through. The flames fade. He finds a new safe haven. Sorte gets up onto the line, but Sugar trying to find something, and he actually finds that kill despite being blinded. But it's fine for MOUZ NXT. Quick couple of frags back the other way. It's a little player at ticket. You feel they want to maybe isolate this. That nade bounces over, and then the spam through is brutal.
MOUZ going to be happy with that one. Bouncing back again. Not keeping it relatively good looking with 3 of them managing to come across into the next. 2 AKs carried across as well. Xanta going for the insta top mid and late window. MOUZ thinking maybe they're not doing anything towards mid, that early window smoke, but alas, they are. They're getting frisky with it. Just going for the boost across this top mid smoke, but yes, CT's not interested in all at playing down the middle. You can see in the meanwhile, Nicodian has gotten a world of information, pretty much full A-man control already. And that piece of the map means you can posture yourself for a retake if you want to keep on taking it. And that allows the numbers to shift towards B, where the bomb is currently going.
Ayok is holding it. Sorte gets onto the line. This timing might be really bad for Ayok. He's repositioned, and now he can't see the short cross. So timing on this hit could be really good. Still have this forward position into the apartments, which could be a real pain. Break. Ayok sees nothing. Still, third player rotates over. Zedek gets a little bit of spam, but Trigger just lets his teammate go down, but at least he'll get both. That's the bomb in his hand as well. Joey swings through. They weren't expecting him in the back lines. Nafany just trying to scoop the bomb up, and that smoke has actually allowed him to do so. It's a 2-on-3. Bomb to go down, or just tap on it, hoping Zedek will come out. Oh, Nafany! That was such a great bait. Now Zorte's on the line. He'll remove Joey, and that is exceptional from Nafany.
Yeah, that's experience. The tap just dislodging the Apps player. Zorte posted on a nice tight line. And they teamed that one up perfectly to win the 2v3. It looked very dicey, especially with how well the Apps control went for MOUZ. Just unfortunate that Zelex let his player on site die first. That definitely could have been a difference maker in the grand scheme of things, but we're taking a tactical as MOUZ need to tighten a few things up.
There was just no hesitation. The tap and then the jump up onto Van. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing. That was really cool to watch. Both of them just doing exactly what they need to do in that moment. And you can imagine some of that's instinct, some of that is just free-flowing comms. And immediately Nafany's bored a Mac 10. So MOUZ take the timeout off that, and straight up we're going to get this AXEC, and it's going to go fast.
Let's see if the speed can maybe change this one up. Nicodian in a rough position, but does throw himself a defensive smoke, which he is just going to sit in, behind, and around, and it's just going to be sprays to try and find him. Picks his timing perfectly to find that first onto Nafany. And again, it's just going to be a search party sent for him to potentially be taken out on a balcony. All of his teammates starting to fall around him, though, as they do try to flood, try to help him. But no help really necessary, as he is still locked in. And the A site is locked down, backing away. TDK, still a minute to play with. And we'll decide to just pause, clear the flank, and instill some seeds of doubt into the minds of MOUZ.
You'd overload a metal detector taking it to the A bomb site right now. The amount of bullets that were spent in that initial engagement. Those smokes were just causing so much chaos for both teams. Nicodian, I like this. Should have Axel, you think. Treg will come, but now it's clear what the play is going to be. A 2-on-2, both low HP players removed. The AWP moves over, AOP on the line, and oh, he misses the chance. Zorte's allowed to scale, but you're not ready for Zelek. Punishes, and now Sugar into the 1-on-2 time. His biggest issue. Oh, he almost gets that first kill. Oh my god, he spammed out Zelex. Sugar, he knows exactly where AOC was, but does he read this reposition? Looks like he has an idea on it. Scoped up, though. AOC has his number. Oh, he almost gets both. If that headshot hadn't been through the side, he wins the 1v2 right there.
Does enough. It's the one that matters. And that'll keep him in the game. 4-5 now, TDK. It looked good. Definitely a winnable one, but unfortunately just didn't work out as they had hoped. Lovely shot from AOC to close. Now into the 10th, it's still kind of anyone's game. Paired mid smokes with a con smoke. That's 3 of the 5 already used. And, oh, you'd think maybe it's going to be faster up short that they're going to aim for, but it's con that Nafany has got his eyes on. Incent goes deep, allows AOC still a line to activate through it. Exile's already crossed, though, and we'll see how the timing is. Nice fast peek, forces him off. He stays in the window, which they just don't expect at all. OP Dust going to be able to activate and find Nafany lurking at mid, and just like that, things go harder.
Yeah, just caught across the map, top mid, window, and then AOC, really flashy little peek there. Feigns to fall out of the window, slides back out. Downtown, we'll have to get past AOC on the line again. Now, he's revealed. Chance here. Zorte catches out Zelex. They can put this together. It's just about fighting these fights. Joey, oh, Zorte! What a peek. This 2-on-5 is coming together off the back of Zorte's double. AOC anticipated and Can't hit that shot on the cross. So a couple of missed hits allows these players to get into position. He starts burning to that molly. Xanta spams him out, but then Nicodian finally answers back on the Zorte, and he can't get another shot, but nice try.
Good to see that the MOUZ individuals are starting to fire up a little more. Really putting some punishment in the back pocket of TDK, who now won't be in the lead. We're all tied up at 5 apiece. Still anyone's chance to have that lead at the half. And at the moment, the momentum shifting back towards MOUZ NXT. And finally, the money is almost broken from TDK. It's taken a whole half to get that done. But get it done, they finally shall. Mixed buy across the board. TDK looking to buy for the next, but still give themselves a chance here with something potentially faster. Bomb going to be left at mid. Only the window smoke this time. And a missed con molly. Ooh, okay. It looks like we're going to have a con pop.
Okay. Zelix is here. His attention's going to be drawn towards top middle. That nade actually might be pretty juicy. Xanta eats the bulk of it. Sugar. Thought maybe he was setting up for a boost. Xanax now moves in if that does come through. That jump up has definitely confirmed their suspicions. Oh my god. You're still going to go for it after all of these jumps? All of Mirage knows you're here. Do they know the second one?
They don't expect the second man. They don't expect Sugar unless he walks with his back towards the crosshair of Joey. And then things get a little bit more weird. Space on B, going to be taken, but not for long. And the other two, unfortunately, a bit late to the party. So they will not be able to party. Bomb on the ground and things too hard. 6-5. MOUZ finally going to be able to take the lead after what has been a rocky start to the first half of Mirage.
Honestly, fantastic to be able to build back to this 6-5 scoreline. Like, considering how it was going, you get reset immediately. So the worst case, you're completely on the back foot, down 3-1, and even when you get that first round, it's the immediate kind of back and forth. But finally, they get this slew of 3 in a row, and that's enough to get them up onto 6. A chance to actually win out the half, which has not been a situation they've been in so far in this series. We are getting a close affair, which is good. Although Overpass was 6-6 at the half, and that didn't end up being particularly close.
Let's see if TDK have used everything in their strat book or if their book gets a little deeper. Going back towards that default, which was working for them earlier. CTs, however, quite ready for it. This time playing with Nicodian up on Pal. Ayok starting towards the A site. Gets that cheeky smoke to Palace all the way from Ticket. Util getting rotated across to Nafani. Just so he can look onto this mid control. Maybe keep the CTs guessing as to how many players are hanging around towards mid. And it should be this A split attempt. It's just a matter of when.
So they'll be setting up for it pretty quickly. There's that set of smokes from Nafani going out. Sort of smokes that make you think this is going to be a lot of mid-control coming through, and it does force a slight reaction from the CTs. They drop some of their own utility. I'm just going to play around all of that. Good timing on the smoke, but better timing from Xanta to peek on out. The molly forcing Nicodian into the open. He's gonna be pressured from all sides. This is expertly crafted. Nafani finally activates, and Well, Sanix does offer one back after Joey gets one on the spam, but unfortunately, there's not a follow through, so it's onto OP Dust into the 1v3. Chance here onto the first. Sugar spotted, and a whole lot of damage there. Two of these players limping, but Zorte pins him through the boxes. A fantastic map from the AWP of TTK. 6 goes 6. This is close as can be on our deciding map of Mirage. Well, close enough half between TDK and MOUZ NXT. Remember, what's on the line here is a spot in the final of their Season 51 Europe Cup 1, which at that point, you're one best of 3 away from taking first and a spot in the Europe Finals. So a fair bit on the line here. Worst case though, you fall down to verse Alliance tomorrow.
And look, you'll take that. You'll take that. It's not like the worst case scenario. You could fight for another shot in that grand final later on. But at the same time, you know, you kind of want to get it done now. You don't want to have that rematch. Just, look, regardless, I guess if you win here, you can't really choose if you get that rematch or not, because you do have Alliance sort of down there waiting in that lower bracket. So we'll see who ends up bouncing back, who ends up making it work. Again, just so you're all aware, we are in a cheeky technical pause, just getting something sorted. But it is currently 6 apiece at the half, so still anyone's game. Mirage, definitely one of those maps which can be balanced depending on the teams that are playing. And so far tonight, both teams have had really solid T sides, which have put them in great positions to win. So So we'll see if that trend can continue again as MOUZ move on to the offensive.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get to see a great half here from MOUZ. They definitely dug their way back into the first half after being put down to a 1-3 start. But they're able to get things going. Sorte was a big frag leader for TDK, and that's kind of surprising on the T side, but we saw some great moments from him. Nafany had that exceptional round alongside Sorte that they brought through. So, if they hadn't managed to pull off, some of these crazy rounds, then could have even been actually quite a dominant half for MOUZ NXT. You think about that reset, and you think about that 2v5, and yeah, suddenly it's not quite as flattering a story.
Yeah, that's it for sure. Now, we'll see if they're going to be able to lock it down a little more, because of course there has been a lot of mistakes throughout the evening. And you don't really want to deal with too many mistakes. You want to be cleaning it up as much as possible. Again, sometimes it can just be the fact that it is, online CS. Online CS can bring some different factors into the mix as well. You can see people play slightly differently. You want to go for those peaks. Sometimes if you get into weird duels and you are trying to get behind cover, you get that weird sort of stagger rubber band from people shooting you, just because of the fact that there is that, online situation at present. And sometimes it's just better to commit to the fight, which makes you look silly if you don't win them, makes you look like a genius if you do win them. But sometimes that's just the way that the game wants you to play, and you unfortunately can't be in control of that.
Some crazy rounds came through in this first half for sure. I think, again, a player that, especially now that, after we saw what Sorte put up, it'd be great. We got to see that one round at the very end where Aok kind of came through pretty clutch. But again, I really want to see him step up here. Is interesting, both him and Nicodian having a bit of a rough series, and Nicodian has actually been that player that's been actually quite a solid rifler alongside ZX a lot of the time, but yeah, he's been having a rough one. Aok on that AWP, again, didn't really get to say his name too much, and it just feels like when you're coming up against a TDK that does have so many individuals that can have those flashy moments, you do need to really have such a key piece online.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get back online, because at the same time, it's just one of those players where you really need them. You need them every single time. And, it feels like there's definitely been some harder carries for a few of the individuals on MOUZ NXT today, even though, the numbers say some other players should definitely be up there and competing. Same can probably be said for TDK, though. You mentioned Zorday before, and how he really just didn't get activated on map 1. Map 2 still had, a little bit of impact, but not much. And I feel like we've seen some moments that have definitely won them rounds here, but then also just getting himself caught into some weird positions. But now on the CT side, that's when you really feel like he should be the one to step up to the plate, right?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty confident he's going to have a pretty good half here. We definitely saw him having some nice moments in that first half. We'll be getting into it shortly, guys. Sorry, it is a slight technical before we get back underway. I know the excitement is palpable between you. I guess falling down into that lower bracket, with Alliance, do you think that either of these teams is going to struggle if they end up there?
Let's see. Will we end up there? That is the big old question. And are we going to see MOUZ NXT pull out another beautiful pistol round, or are we going to see something that's tried and true? A little smoke towards jungle, molly towards top stairs, and it'll just pop out A to create some free space.
Axel sees him coming and actually gets one of those headshots. Wasn't sure if they were going to connect, and now Nafany baited in. Aok will get that trade, but, well, actually finds two. But Axel continues fragging. Sugar just being a nuisance. And over the top comes Axel. Pops on down. Brilliant round from him. 3 kills in it. Doesn't even take a lick of damage. So, exceptional work from Axel. He can get himself a M4 head armor for 350. And straight into the lead come a TDK.
Yeah, they get there. and straight into a technical just to make sure everything is a-okay. But yeah, TDK set up for that one. I misread it. I thought that flash was a molly, but it was not. And yeah, smoke deep towards the top con. Looked like they want to fight for jungle control, but they didn't really get past that first hurdle, did they? Yeah, TDK back into the lead and looking to put a stop to any aggression or any momentum that MOUZ had moving into this second half of Mirage. Here it is again. Lovely couple of picks, crispy shots. And these TDK boys were just in the perfect setup of a crossfire to make sure everything was in order. No bomb plant means no real chance at a buy, but we're going to see some individuals arguably overinvest, maybe invest enough to try and cause some kind of upset here in the second round.
Yeah, okay, so it's kind of, yeah, half in, half out in a way. Obviously, I think they want to keep some extra money so that they can keep fighting into the next bit. Yeah, it's a little of an odd investment. Probably pays off if you get the bomb down. But will they? Actually, they have a great chance of doing it because it's going to be an A-pop. At the moment, there is only one defender, but quickly Nafany just starts sprinting over with that UMP. And they're getting mowed down, but bomb still crossing. It might still go down, even if Nafany is feasting with this UMP. So much damage inflicted and a kill found. Bomb somehow got lost in it all there. Is planted. And a nice swing out, but Zorte punishes it off the boost. I'm not sure they're going to find a kill at this point. They won't. So, bomb planted. I don't know if how much they invested in that actually pays off. See what the money looks like. Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, it's good. Good enough, right? Bomb plant kind of like shifts away the extra over purchase that we were touching on. But you'll still see a couple of Galils come through regardless. And that won't matter too much. TDK, strong with the numbers and strong in the brain game. They are going to have those helmets on, making sure their domes are protected from the Galil's one-tap potential. Looks like it is going to be mid-control protocols coming through from MOUZ initially. Making sure with that mid-utility that the CTs aren't getting too frisky towards top mid. Zelex slowly but surely making his way through underpass. Going to go for that late crunch. Looking at the map though, TDK, heavy setup towards a main with Axile over here as well. And Xanta tagged so low, even dealt with. The only player on that side of the map falls, but MOUZ pause.
Hope he does. Oh no, Sugar, that pushed through. Hope he just was aware of the possibility. Axile might get caught though back the other way. So a couple of players caught looking wrong directions means that now it's Zorte completely alone here on B. They've taken down the anchor here, so he's actually going to go undetected. And can he get a multi? Needs to if there's a chance, but it's only the one. And without that follow-through kill, Sugar and Nafany have a tough job. Molly doesn't upset anyone. Nafany not so quiet on it. I think Joey's fully aware, and Nafany just charges in. Doesn't matter. Loud and proud still finds that kill. Sugar's got the kit, so certainly a chance here. Although with Nafany falling, it's onto him into this 1-on-2. Dag's actually pushed forward, so Sugar's managed to get past him. Potentially actually defuse this. No. Thought maybe he could try and steal it away. Still maybe a chance on it, but no. Time gone now. Zelex gonna go down with the ship. Maybe if he hadn't got spotted immediately, there was a chance he could have got that kill and got on it, but Zelex doesn't wander too far. So again, we're keeping this close.
Maybe too close for comfort for a few individuals, but we'll take that for sure. And that first round on the board is the first hurdle you need to cross to try and get back into the game. TDK, still plenty of money to buy up here. So this round, incredibly important for both teams. And again, MOUZ down to the Galils, but this time, notice 3 players without those helmets. We'll see if that comes in as a factor later on. MOUZ, however, going way heavier towards the A site. Like it will be an exec. Probably right side smokes, a couple of flashes to go for the pal bust.
Sugar holding for it, and a simple spray down with Nafani chiming in. Xanta then perfectly baited into the corner. Some kills do come back the other way, and Nicodian, okay, giving us a bit of a fight, but losing all of his allies means there's just not a lot he can do. They swing on him, and Nafani is having a fantastic map now, up to 15. Him, Sugar, and Zorte all sharing the spotlight at the top of the board.
Yeah, really hitting hard. Doing just what they need to keep the team in the lead. Even though, you know, some of the names that were doing work on some of the other maps, like Axile and Xanta, are a little more shaky here. You know that they are still definitely capable, even if they do get caught off from time to time. And MOUZ NXT going to be going into a tactical to, yeah, figure out what they're going to do with this money. And they're going to go for the Force. If they can manage to chip away at that CT economy, or at least get that bomb plant down, then they should be on for some kind of other round, similar to earlier. Maybe another half bite. And just keep up that financial pressure. It depends on where they opt to go. You know, they are still going to be throwing that mid-utility. Yeah, again. CT set up over towards A. It's just way too much for these Ts to deal with. Go. Okay, B-split utility going to be thrown. With 4 players towards apartments, 2 unders, 2 apps. And Nicodian solo with some extra util back towards A main. So we'll see what the call ends up being.
It's pretty decent. So Alexia, okay, it's going to be a silent boost up in towards middle, but spotted. Axel just walks ahead of that smoke, catches him off, and now Xanta might get revealed on this little tapping, but he'll fall back off it. Nafani dealing with middle at the moment. Nade, and oh, good for a second, but too many players to deal with. Now will fall afterwards. Now at least the rotations move on over. Player drops in, and Axel deals with him. Nafani can now step in towards the window, and they've got this very late flank coming from Sugar. So even if they lose these players here, I think there's still going to be an inevitability of the end of this round. Yeah, Sugar will find him, and then Zorte hits Joey on the fall down. So it's a different player that steps up with the multi, but it's the same outcome. Double digits for TDK.
Great shot getting dispersed all across that round, and TDK now 3 away from locking in that grand final. And here you go. The full deco coming through for MOUZ. Again, putting more presence over towards the A side. I don't know if Sugar could see ahead or if that was just a blind shot through the molly. But alas, it was more than enough to get that opening. Zelex couldn't see a damn thing.
Either way, it stings, and well, that just doesn't feel any better, does it? I mean, what can you do? What can you do? That's just the way things go sometimes. Player lost behind the flames, another through a wall, then Sugar will just swing down on towards ramp. So any threat this round is getting deleted, although maybe Dust answers back with a nice dig of his own, and chance for a second, but Nafani protects his AWPer, flies on over. And only 1 casualty, 11-7.
All right, what do we got going down here? Presence shown towards mid. They shooting, Nafani blocking, underpass. So Zelex should be aware of what is going down here. Does he walk straight through? Does he try to sneak into this one? Nafani thinking about it. And yep, turns back just at the right time. Big damage onto the top mid individual who's still going to be able to activate. And it's a 3-for-2 trade across the map. OP Dust taking space towards CT and the A site in the hands of MOUZ.
Okay. A chance here to recover. Axel and Xanta, are they going to go for this? Axel falls back to grab a bit of util. Santa's staying relatively forward. Doesn't really feel like they're going for it. He's just leaving utility here. Yeah, okay. They're definitely not going for it. What is Axel up to? He's just running about. Is Santa DC'd? No? Yes? Yes. No? What? I don't know what Axel was doing. Was he just having a conversation maybe on the mic and just mucking around while he was doing it? Maybe. Looked a bit funny.
Yeah, seemed to be. Well, let's see if they can turn this one around. A few more needed from MOUZ to give me the confidence that they can do it. A few individuals who were popping off earlier have gone missing here. But what a time it would be to rekindle the fire and make this one work. In a mid presence again, just going to go for the 1-2-2 split for MOUZ. Incent keeping AOC in the open, but with this top mid smoke, he's able just to gaze around it, play in front of the boxes. OCT's really there to punish. Plus deep nade doesn't do as much as they would have hoped. But yeah, you can see TDK happy with their positions, just falling a bit more passive into the 2-1-2.
Move back towards this A side. Sugar peeks into Ram, doesn't see anything. At the moment, TDK playing completely in the dark. I'll try and respond to somewhat ZX putting out, but again, not a lot really being shown here. Great timing on this smoke on ramp that comes at about the 50-second mark. Sugar acknowledging that this could be a pop onto this bomb site. So he's just going to play close, see if they're going to flash through it. Now going to be coming his way. 30 seconds as this execute comes through. Sugar, point man at the front. Molly going to land straight in front, and timing of it's fantastic. Sugar comes through with the kill as well, and Codian left on 2 HP. That's the bomb known. Everyone should start rotating. Zorte finishes the job. 2 HP AWP kill. Nice shot from OP Dust, but Nafany quick on the trade. I think immediately the bomb is going to be attempted. I thought there was going to be a disengage there, but bomb planted. Axile, he knows Alex is close here. Aox found another. There's a chance here into the 1v2. I think they have the read. They know his presence, and he is burning, cooking, roasting. And it is not a great tasting meal for MOUZ NXT. That is series point established for TDK.
Yeah, it gets a bit chaotic. Gets a bit too hot in con. And unfortunately, things just don't go as they would have liked. Weird, wacky, but patient retake. And TDK are putting themselves with 4 series points here to put themselves straight into the grand final and straight in for a chance to go into the regional qualification for ESL Pro League. Okay. Tactical going to be used. MOUZ having one last chit-chat as to how they can get past everything that's been thrown at them. See if they're going to be able to get through the adversity, because there seems to have been a lot of that this evening for them. And it won't just happen one time here, it'll happen multiple. TDK is still with a healthy amount of money in the bank. And MOUZ, they haven't really been doing anything too inspired, right? They've just sort of been keeping it basic, just going out mid, going unders, having the wing players just look for picks. I'd love to see something a bit more aggressive out of them.
It's a tough call to make at this moment, though, isn't it? Right? When you're one round away from being eliminated. Aok will go for an aggressive peek at least. We step above the molly so he can see, but nothing spotted on that cross. Exchange of utility in towards middle. Yields nothing. Neither team wanting to face too far forward. Zorte on that van angle has a good line. If there's this peek coming through, and that's a fantastic opening pick. Big name to remove. Aok goes searching, and He'll be forced back. The flames burning him to a crisp. Nafany steps out. Nicodian might be in a bit of trouble here. Oh, Nafany actually not ready for him, but the nade will be. So it's into a 2-on-4. Aok low. Joey, he's going to have to come through big. Trying to push forward. They know they've got a player locked in at ticket.
Ooh, Sugar. The danger jump. We'll go for it. Draw attention away. And that noise enough to incentivize them to swing. Axile and Sugar locking it in. TDK 2-1. Get the job done. And that'll just about be that. Big win here in the upper bracket final. But fortunately for MOUZ NXT, it's not all over just yet. They do have the lower bracket to fall back upon, even though it didn't go their way today.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they definitely had some strengths here. This is a matchup that they historically, did lose very recently, only literally yesterday, and already showing some signs of improvement. I think the Overpass in particular, they finally get the best of them, but just went completely missing on Ancient. So consistency, the ongoing story, I think, with this young roster, which is always going to be the case. For TDK, I think it's a huge win for them, right? This is a team that has only lost one series in the 2 weeks they've been together, and that was to MOUZ NXT. And now they get their revenge again, twice over. It's amazing to see from this team, and yeah, I'm really excited for the future, and the fact that they could be now potentially going through into the European finals is amazing. We can see that bracket. They're sitting in that grand final. They will face the winner of MOUZ NXT and Alliance for that spot.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. So the bench warmers are hoping to not warm benches too much longer and show that they are capable, that they are due another team at some point. But again, this mix has just been so impressive so far, all through the upper bracket. Never dropping towards the lower side, taking down big names like Gen 1, like MOUZ NXT, and we'll see if they have to take down Alliance or MOUZ NXT, because down in that lower bracket is where everyone has been sent, and a lot of teams have been sent packing. Some with money, some without. But as you can see, Alliance got that forfeit win over Ill Will, so unfortunately Ill Will just weren't able to make it to that game. But that means MOUZ NXT and Alliance will be the game you'll be watching tomorrow on your screens. Winner goes to the grand final and loser goes home in third place.
Yeah, I think I would have expected Alliance to be there regardless of the kind of outcome of that other game. But yeah, it's a little sad that that's the way it plays out. But Alliance be more than happy. That'll be a very exciting game as well. I think Alliance on a massive upward trajectory after signing Malo9, right? This kid has come through as kind of a loan for the team and has been phenomenal since joining. So I'm really excited to see that matchup.
Yeah, I think it'll be a very fun one indeed. Of course, that's going to be on your screens tomorrow evening. I can't wait to see what Mail can provide up against the likes of, the other young, handsome individuals from MOUZ who have also, are all from across different parts of Europe, trying to go for that international team sort of switch up. But again, Lucy, you want to finish us off for the day?
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the series. TDK, the victors here today. They will take a day break. Tomorrow, we'll be back to see who will be joining them in that grand finals, one of Alliance or MOUZ NXT. We'll see you then.
We're going to have an off-angle boost from the top.
Easier, the bomb actually denied, kills some time, and gives them the player advantage. Fast onto the side, Sugar!
Ooh, a early B pop. He's at the front of the pack, but the Famous straight through the smoke. Sugar, Heaven Smoke, Barrels Molly. Oh, and Xanta fully wrapped on.
51 for 7 after the opener this round. Lights out game from him, but now the rest of the squad needs to step in, and they do. Beam Smoke will land from Nafany, though, making it hard, but there we go.
Clear. As Zelex's elbow has been seen, Sugar will take the timing instead. Oh, no! Oh, it's a catastrophe.
Spaghetti, oh my goodness. On a timing, but he goes too late at that useful. He goes to playing close, begins to spray, but holds on for a second.
As the solo a holder. Oh, retake. Do you even want to go for it? Ooh, you do now.
Yeah, definitely now. Sugar's gonna clear it. Sugar's won the round. Field, Saute walks through. Oh my god, the timing. Are you kidding me? How has he gotten the bomb down? Oh, it might not matter. It's a little bit of spam, but Sugar holding for it, and a simple spray down with Nafani-chan. As the bomb known, everyone should start rotating. Zorte finishes the job. 2 HP AWP kill. Nice shot from OP. Might be in a bit of trouble here. Oh, Nafani actually not ready for him, but the nade will be.
Danger jump. We'll go for it. Draw attention away. And that
Up to my speaker combo. I'll keep going 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 to my speaker combo.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, ain't know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I can light the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a